fellow babies, and welcome to the after show. Both George Harrison and his drummer, once called much better smelling than a Yoko Ono scratch and sniff book. It is the after show.
Good old Pongo.
I had a funny way of saying his name, and it totally slipped my mind, so I just had to, sell it in another direction there. How's everybody doing?
Oh, I'm all right, thank you.
Yeah, no, I asked the audience that, but they never fucking answer. Did you hear that? It's just deathly silence every time.
No, I heard it.
Yeah, we got to work on the shortwave connection. It's not working.
Bring him on the show. Send them all out a link. We're going to put the link in the chat and everybody join right now. All 53 of you.
Yeah.
Right, 51 of you.
Yeah. I don't want to watch these assholes either. Okay, so let's see here. I got to get the rest of my information zeroed so I know where the hell I am now.
Well, while you're doing that, Cypher for $10 says, "Welcome back, Slava Ukraine."
Heroyam Slava. Good show. Good show.
Yeah, they are definitely going to Slav a lot.
So, let's see here. We were going to interview Ted Nugent tonight, but he's too busy shooting guns in his backyard at the neighbor's dogs or something. So we're not going to do that.
No, is he in there with them? With Chris? What's his name? Christy Noam?
Probably.
They're all down the gravel pit.
Oh,
dogs.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Why shoot your own dog when you could shoot your neighbor's dog, right?
or stripper.
Yeah, wearing her underwear. Or his.
I was so disappointed in that story. We needed more information.
Yeah,
that wasn't enough information because it just put images in my head that I wanted fulfilled.
Did they put in the article that it was a female stripper, or did we infer that?
We inferred
because
that.
It could have been two schlongy guys chasing each other down the road with guns or something, just letting shit swaggle. You know,
with the Chippendales.
Yeah. Come back here with that cock, you.
It looks delicious.
Yeah.
My friend wants to chew on it.
Maybe he had a bobby whistle.
Talking about dangly bollocks, that story about the guy eating bull's testicles. The article did get into details of his recipes. I thought we could bypass that. I didn't think that was relevant to the story.
Recipes. I saw a few other pictures of him. It looks like he just, cuts a slit into the sack and just goes all roar into it,
Pretty much. Yeah.
How do you willingly eat a raw bull testicle? How does somebody get?
I have no. I mean, okay. Let's start with let's start vanilla first. Let's just start with a cooked one first.
That's where I was going. Yep. If somebody put here, I got bull's testicles cooked to perfection and put them down in front of me, I'd say, you eat it first.
Mr. Pootler.
Yeah. Exactly, right?
Yeah. Yes. They look delicious.
You
got any mac and cheese?
Yeah.
To go with it.
Yeah, my testosterone is low. I know. I'll have raw bull testicles. Don't they have like fucking shots for that these days?
Can't you just suck a cow off?
yeah, that cow reference. What an idiot reporter, All over the fields of the UK, or in America, the cows just don't seem to have bullocks anymore. This guy's eating them all.
Talk about bad reporting. In that story about the woman who found her suitcases at the homeless encampment.
Yeah.
In the article, it said that the American Airlines had been keeping people overnight for days.
So
do the overnight for days.
So Roger throws their luggage at the homeless camp, and as such, the company has to put them up in hotels for days.
But this is the point was they said they've been kept them overnight 4 days.
Oh, okay. I get it.
It's like you can't be kept overnight for days.
Yeah.
You're there for days.
Yeah. Overnight by the nature of the words is not plural. It's really, really screwed up. How does one's luggage end up at a homeless camp? How does that? It's not.
I don't know.
It makes about as much sense as I went to the store to get some beer, and on my way home, Robert Downey Jr.
You should write for these newspapers. You sound perfect.
I know. Yeah.
You're making a great journalist.
I could gibber like a flat earther if they really want me to, right? I've had teaching. We got a direct donation in from Demetrius Ziganovas, and it's simply the only thing you should ever say when talking about our shows. Best show ever. Thanks so much, Demetrius.
Yes.
Now, we'll never actually live up to that, so I'm just going to hit end now and get drunk and think about my life.
I hope he was actually watching our show when he sent the...
no, he's probably watching the WAN show, Linus Tech Tips, right?
Oh, no, it's a terrible show.
I know, I was kidding. Every time they go live, the intro gets quieter and quieter and quieter. And pretty soon, a mouse is going to fart in the corner of the studio, and it's going to be louder than the freaking intro. I don't understand that, They have, 2,000 employees? Can't somebody go, hey, dude, it's really quiet?
So you think they do have some interesting stories, but... at the end of the day, it's just two old farts talking to each other. And really, honest to God, who wouldn't watch that?
And now for something completely different.
Cow's testicles.
Oh, God. There's an epidemic plaguing America. Cows are losing their testicles. Details coming up.
He also likes the breast of bullocks, though. Likes nibbling on bullocks' teats. Bullocks' teats, get more than hot, they're lovely.
Pig's nipples. Oh man.
I mean, why bull's testicles in the first place? I mean, is that the most? If you're looking for testosterone, is that probably the best source? Do you think bull's testicles? What about sperm whales?
I would think goats. They're freakishly angry and aggressive and stuff.
Not surprised if you keep nibbling their bollocks.
Exactly.
I'd be pretty aggressive too if you were doing that to me.
yeah. You know, or
Stop using your teeth.
yeah. I mean, what's next from the reporter that wrote longer. That? You know, bulls aren't producing enough milk. You know, it's like I've been pulling on this teat, but I only get a little bit. Oh my God. You know, that's like that old episode of that show WKRP in Cincinnati when the idiot decided that he was going to do a turkey giveaway. So they flew in with a helicopter and dropped turkeys on the crowd. And idiot thought they were just going to fly down and people could grab a turkey and take it home for Thanksgiving. And they were bombing cars. It was just, that's that kind of screw up, you know?
Yeah.
Oh, man. I'll never forget the reporter that was concerned over the cows and their bullocks. It's just, you know. We're going to start
think of the cows.
Yeah. We're going to start a collection because we think it's unfair that penguins have to live in that cold, awful climate. So we're going to start bringing them to Madagascar. That's a great place for penguins, right? Why not?
Is it?
I don't know. I think they have land-dwelling penguins there, actually.
It's in the movie. They have them in the movie. I don't know if that counts as like a scientific evidence.
Have you actually watched that movie?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. I think I've watched them all.
I've never seen one of them.
They're all right.
Yeah.
The penguins are actually the best part of the movie, I've got to say. They're quite funny.
Yeah, I've never... no idea.
I'm surprised you haven't seen it.
Yeah, no. When Madagascar movies were coming out, Felix was definitely a Pixar kid, so that's what we watched. We weren't watching those.
I see. Yeah. I see how it is in your family. You know,
or
a bit of snobbery.
Yeah, or really Ghibli. Old stuff, right?
Studio Ghibli as well.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Big time. Miyazaki. Yeah. My son loves that guy.
Yeah.
Not hard to see why, though. I mean, you know, wow. There was a few things I wanted to bring up today that I didn't get to. Not that I was going to, like, you know, upchuck on the show, but, you know.
No, bull's testicles probably do that. I'm going to bring up something. There's something I wanted to bring up. Yes, my breakfast.
It sucked the first time. Let's hope it's better the second time around.
Well, dogs can do that. Dogs will throw up their breakfast and then they eat it all up again. Oh, that was so nice. I'm going to eat it all again.
That's funny. That's also disgusting. But
it is.
Yeah. Oh, wait a minute.
Go on. What did you want to bring up? Can you remember?
Yeah. Universal Music Group has just done a thing where they are using an AI, of course. And, you know, there's been all this pushback on Hollywood writers and people and musicians and songwriters and stuff about AI. So
yeah, talentless schmucks.
Yeah. So Universal Music Group has got a new thing going on with an AI. And this is not for you and I to fuck with or anything. This is for the artists themselves, so that artists that slowly over time lose their voice, that kind of thing, you know, too old to sing the way they used to and whatnot, can now use an AI so that they can write the lyrics and have the AI sing their song for them.
Yeah. Well, I brought this up before, a story recently. There's some guy who, I can't remember what happened now. What happened to him?
Well, but Randy,
he was unable to sing anymore.
Randy Travis.
Play. Was that who it was?
Yeah, the country guy, Randy Travis, because of a stroke, can't sing anymore. So an AI did the singing for him, and he wrote the lyrics or whatever.
Yeah.
which is
Yeah. Well, the AI wrote the lyrics. The AI sang the songs. The AI did the artwork for his album. The AI did did his social media. Yeah, they did everything.
And they took his drooling as yes, I like this. So. But
oh dear.
Yeah, I don't like it. The idea of putting an AI into a creative field makes no sense to me at all.
It's a hard one. It's a hard one. I know where you're coming from. I agree, but also at the same time, I'm not too sure. Not too sure where it's going to go. I think we are just going to end up with like everything is just going to be like a grey goo in the end. All entertainment, everything just be like
all will be Taylor Swift, and Taylor Swift will be all things.
Oh no! She'll get a bigger jet.
Yeah, and they still can't find it to spray paint it.
Hey, while we're talking on that subject, we'll come back to the award in a minute. But the Just Oil folk who sprayed. Well, let's basically say it. Totally vandalized millions of dollars of private jets.
Yeah,
because those things aren't cheap. Because it was basically an organization that vandalized the planes.
Yeah.
Do you think the owners of the jets could actually sue the organization for damage?
I totally think they should.
Any
be
lawyers
able to.
in the house?
Hey,
I was saying, any lawyers in the house?
Yeah.
Could they do that?
Yeah. Well, it depends on the retainer we pay them if they're going to tell us. But I hope it's possible, and I hope that people follow through, because it's just like free speech. You idiot with the guns and all. First, free speech and stuff. Free speech is free speech. That's all fine and dandy, but there's consequences to your actions. You can't just spray paint people's private property and then go, but I have a message. Yeah.
Well,
I have a lawyer.
I was talking to this about my daughter about this, because we also ran the story with the Stonehenge, where now apparently the powder paints that they used are harmless, although some people have said it could actually harm the very, very rare lichens that are growing on the stones, which is not. It's not a big. I mean, I really don't.
They're
care
not
about
the stones
lichens
themselves. I don't care. Yeah.
No. It's I don't really care about the lichens that much. Sorry, lichens, if you're watching. We just lost a viewer. The lichens have left us.
Yeah.
Okay, I get it. From a scientific point of view, that's not good. It's not good for the nature. But they got in the papers. They got their message across the world. Everybody heard about it. Everybody saw it. And no damage was done.
Yeah.
So, from my perspective, that was a success for them.
Yeah. Okay.
But going up and fucking up to some people's jets that they've, paid for. They've struggled to become billionaires. Struggled to become billionaires to buy their jets, and they just go and fuck them up.
But let's see this from another side of the coin too. Their organization is going to need funding. So fuck with the rich people. Great idea, morons.
Yeah, they might have been a contributor.
Yeah, they get a call, living in their little shed somewhere, hiding from the authorities. Asshole, that was my jet.
The head of Just Stop Oil.
Lex Luthor gives her a call.
Kill them.
Kill them all.
But there is that thing. Being an activist is a very good thing. Society needs it. Checks and balances, right? You can't just have one side of an argument rule the roost, but you've got to do it properly. You can't just go around and chop people's legs off because then they can't go to work and make bad oil and you can't do that.
Yeah.
You know, what they should be doing is research into things so that they could point out, oh, you know, the oil company guys say that they're being green and whatnot, but the CEO actually took 79 private jet flights in this big jet and there was only 3 people in it and things like that. That's where your action is, not pissing people off.
I'm sure they do their research. I'm sure they're on Twitter. So, you know, they've got all the information they need.
Yeah.
Did you see this meme? Oh, this bastard. Let's go get him.
Yeah, they do their research in the same vein as Flat Earth and Ancient Aliens, right?
Mm-hmm. Exactly. Well, you know, we're assuming they do. You know, we're making bold statements. They might sue us for slander.
Bring it on. I'm on a fixed disability income, blood from a stone, and I'll sue me all you want, motherfucker. You get all. You get nothing.
And Dick Dawson is oil based, so
that's true. That's true. Yeah.
And I'm a dinosaur, so I'm practically a fossil fuel already.
Yeah. I mean, I'm tragically old, and he's fucking older than I am. So, you know.
Amazing how much better looking I am, though. Incredible. Yeah.
But that's your face on Yoda's body.
No, that's Yoda's face on my body.
Yeah. Well, the truth be told, Dunk's known Frank Oz for years and years, and Yoda is actually just based on Dunk.
Yeah, I've still got his wedding ring stuck at my arse.
I was just gonna say
when he lost it.
Yeah. It's very strange being at a family get together and having somebody talk from behind you with their arm up your butt, but you know.
Oh dear. Good old Frank. Love you.
When he gets his hand to your mouth to control the mouth, does his palm ever block your breathing, or does that somehow work out on its own?
Let's just say we became very, very good friends. Thanks, and as always, you know, we like to thank our sponsor tonight for this. Well, where's it not coming up? Oh no! What's happening?
What the fuck is wrong with you? Oh,
there it is. Franco's special.
Like a wide backside, you do.
Right, change the subject. Hey, did you say? Want to say any more about that musical AI thing?
Different.
Yeah. Everything to do with AI that takes away a potential job for an actually creative person, script writing, lyric writing, music playing, yada yada, and so on, should be thrown in the garbage and never raised to humanity again. There's this whole thing going on where if AI, and it is starting to take jobs, McDonald's has done test markets with AI ordering and yada yada, right? Every time the company does something like that and downsizes the workforce, they should be overtaxed so that the government could pay a living wage to somebody who now doesn't have a job. That's how I see it. Fuck that.
Talking of which, did you hear about Elon Musk talking about his what's his robot called? I can't remember what it's called now. But yeah, he's expecting his robot to be available. It's like next year. He reckons there'll be 20 of them, and then there'll be 200 of them. He's going to get them working in the Tesla factories, and he's expecting in the following years that every single person on Earth will have one of his robots. There will be 10 billion of his robots, all with AI, obviously.
Oh,
so they'll be able to work around the house. They'll be able to play the piano. So again, that's AI music, but with like a C-3PO robot. I mean, yes, Martin Kesper says in the chat, C-3PO. That's one of the things that Musk said is, doesn't everybody want a C-3PO? Yeah, well, probably not, because
I don't want some gibbering idiot.
He's an annoying prick.
Yeah, I mean, if I wanted some gibbering idiot following me around all day, I'd have Dunk move in. What the fuck? You know?
Well, the chances of that are 3,421. Never tell me the odds. Yeah. So he expecting there'll be 10 billion robots on Earth, and every single person will have one. So does that mean that all the little kids working in the Indian sweatshops making Nike shoes, they're going to be replaced by a $20,000 robot? I mean, surely.
Why would you do that when children work so cheaply? I'm kidding.
Yeah, well, surely it's going to cost more, isn't it?
Yeah. And the fees to upkeep the robots and the subscription and so on. And it's just going to be. Now, anybody here watch Seth MacFarlane's show, The Orville? I highly recommend it. First season's a little bit more jokey than a Star Trek series, but season 2 gets more serious, and season 3's all out crazy. But they have an exact storyline of this. Everybody got a home robot to make their lives easier, and fast forward a few hundred years, and those people don't exist, but the robots have a great home world. It's just
they got a lovely house.
Oh yeah, spared no expense.
I mean, the thing is, you talk about subscription service, and you've been talking about it in the automotive industry, like subscription service with your heat warmers, and so you bought your robot now. You've had it a few years. Yeah, you want the polite version.
Yeah.
That's a subscription service. You have to pay extra for that.
Yeah. Oh,
otherwise he's a complete bastard.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. The missus would like his sexuality turned on. Okay.
Oh, yes. Yeah, that's a subscription. Oh, you like him to be able to wash the dishes? Yeah, subscription.
That's right.
Fold clothes? Oh, yeah, that's an excellent.
Exactly. It's unbelievable.
And then in between, it'll be like being on Amazon Prime that even while he's doing something, it will just like stop and do an ad while he's in the middle of folding clothes.
Yeah. Imagine that, right? It would be like the Truman Show. It would be the wife putting in the ads all the time.
It'd be like watching Simon Dan. Have you ever thought about Raycon?
Yeah. Have you ever wanted to be a lord or? I had to use that one, right?
When my robot is cooking, I always like him to get stuff from Hello Fresh.
Because sometimes my robot needs a night off too.
Get to work, you bastard.
Yeah, exactly.
Microwave my meal because I can't be asked.
Yeah. I want to point out, Kevin Woldridge in the chat says Musk is AI. Well, okay, so let's look at AI, artificial intelligence.
He may be A, he may not be the I.
Yeah, he's very much like plasticky and artificial, but the intelligence part, not sure on that one. I think he's somebody who in his youth was ambitious and was in the right place at the right time and made himself a serious shit ton of cash, and now is just riding on that. And I mean, look at Tesla. It's kind of failing. SpaceX is doing well, but as it's been said by NASA, that's because he has nothing to do with it, right? Keep
him away from it.
Yeah, and now what is he doing? He's doing his XAI thing, and the Tesla shareholders are suing him because he's diverting resources from Tesla as if they're the same company or something. Like he's a fucking man-child that's run amok.
I mean, he was like a founder for OpenAI, wasn't he? So maybe he is an AI. He's still using ChatGPT-1.
Maybe he wasn't wearing socks. Paul McCartney dead reference. It's
okay.
Yeah, but what? Yeah, there was a real Elon Musk because we've seen he falsified documents to be a cool guy. But now I wouldn't doubt that he's 3D printed himself. We just got
to guess which planet he came from.
Oh yeah. I'm gonna say Venus because he seems to be used to high pressure environments.
You already said Venus because it rhymes with penis. I'd say it's more like Venus penis in his Uranus.
I still think a lot of his behavior these days and his craziness is the fact that him and Grimes broke up. I don't think he's ever been the same after that. It's hilarious, but I think it's true.
I don't know. I don't know this Grimes person of which you speak. I don't know her very
I had
well.
no idea who she was either until he was parading around with some 25-year-old goth chick. And I was like, what the fuck is that all about? You know?
Maybe she didn't know who she was until she went out with him.
I think she's somebody who sings other people's songs or something. I don't know. I don't know anything about her. I just remember hearing they broke up like it was some big deal. It's like, who gives a shit, you know?
Yeah. Meanwhile, his daughter, the same age, as went to school, went to college.
Can you? Oh my! I can't imagine. Like my son's 17. I can't imagine having a girlfriend that's like 3 years or 4 years older than him or whatever. I would just be so. You know, yo, can we go out for dinner? No, let's stay in tonight. I mean, can you like you could? How do you?
Yeah, no, I think you need to work on your imagination. I think you could imagine it if you tried.
I don't
really
think
hard.
so, man. I'm not that guy. You know.
But Dickie, can we go to the ball pit, please?
Only if it's full of cowballs.
take me to the swings.
Yeah,
I want to go to the park.
You know, what would you talk about with somebody who's that much younger than you? Oh, did you hear that? That's just like that Leonard Skinner song. Who's he?
Yeah.
Oh God.
Yeah. What Star Wars?
Be my Obi what? You know?
You want to do what with your lightsaber?
Yeah.
Oh no, hang on. That was my imagination going and saying that. I'll
No,
reswitch
that's
that
exactly
up.
where I was going next. You know? Yeah. What do you mean neon condoms make it look like a lightsaber? What is that even, you know? Yeah. You're Schwartz? What? You know?
Wow. I mean, a lot of people might not understand what you're talking about when you mention the Schwartz. Not everybody has seen that dopey film.
If they haven't, they should. Spaceballs for the win.
No. I'm not
Yeah,
sure I can agree with that one.
You know, I just find it all strange. I can't, you know, I can't do that. There was another thing I wanted to bring up. Oh yeah. Yesterday, Truth Social, Trump's little stock, dropped 15% before the market even closed. It's on an unbelievable slide.
Opened.
Yeah. Before the markets even closed, it had dropped 15%. It's sliding down brutally right now. And that's, I mean, Trump just got some big, huge million donation from somebody for his campaign. It's public knowledge. And his stock is sliding to the point where $3 billion's been wiped out. But everybody on the market knows that it's so overvalued. It's not funny because he's got users in the hundreds of thousands. When MySpace had users in the hundreds of thousands, they folded.
Right.
You know, it's unbelievable it even exists. If it wasn't for his MAGA fools, True Social wouldn't exist, right? It would be gone already.
I don't know. I mean, I haven't looked at it since I signed up for it when it first
It's just
came
people
up.
waiting for him to post.
Yeah, I can imagine. But he doesn't have to anymore. Now he's on back on Twitter.
Yeah, but they still have rules that he can't break.
Oh, okay.
Right? He can do whatever he wants on True Social.
He can upload porn now.
Oh, that whole thing with Twitter, man, or X or whatever. I'm scared to even open it now. You know? I mean, imagine if you went onto Twitter now with the whole thing where sexuality and all this stuff is fine, you know? I mean, what if you're a researcher and you're looking up the Canadian beaver? It's not going to end well for you.
It's been a while since I've looked at the Canadian beaver.
Same here.
Already beaver for that matter. I'm still hunting for the Scottish beaver. It's ginger.
Yeah. Up plaid.
Very furry. Big teeth.
Yeah. She bite back, laddie. There was a few other things we didn't get to this week, story-wise, that I wanted to get to, but I'm not sure I'll remember. And with our research room being so heavily laden, I don't think I could skip through and actually find it one. Yeah, the going back to the Trump thing quick before we finish that there, the stock is down almost 50% since the guilty verdict. I mean, who would get into business with that guy?
Well, no one in New York. Not for the next, 3 years, is it? Or 5 years?
3 or 5, yeah.
Mm.
Isn't that where Trump Towers is?
Yeah. Well, he is a New Yorker, isn't he?
Yeah. So what do they call it now? The Trumpless Towers?
I guess it's still there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know how that works, because if he can't he can't do any business in New York, but he's already got businesses in New York. How does that work? I don't know how that worked.
Yeah, the whole thing on that is crazy.
Mm.
The complexity is almost baffling. I'm not sure I can even follow it. But for somebody who lives and works in New York, when they're not, ruining their country as a president, it's odd to not be able to do business where you live. What's how does that even work out?
I was watching this thing the other day, and I was talking about, there is a possibility that Trump will become the next president of the United States. And I couldn't help just for a moment, just for a fleeting moment, think, okay, go for it. I'll get the popcorn. I'm just going to sit back and watch what happens.
That's fine for you across the pond. But, I'm like living in the hat, right?
The toque.
There you go. That was good.
Yeah. It could be an interesting 4 years. I'm not too sure. I mean, you say I'll be safe over here. I don't think that will work out. I don't think that's. I don't think I'm going to be that safe, because America's influence is right across the world, and some really,
not
really
fair.
Crazy decisions could come from him.
You guys got rid of Boris, and he hasn't come back. It's.
Oh, he'll come back in as like a bad boil somewhere or another. He'll reappear.
Yeah, he won't find a brush, but he'll be back.
Yeah, but the thing is, I mean, Boris was completely harmless.
He's just a jovial drunk. I can't believe he got even to the mayor's office.
Yeah, but apart from maybe he's like pushing through some, questionable policies, and probably not handling Brexit as well as it could have been. But to be honest with you, I don't think anybody could have figured Brexit out at all. I'll come back to that in a minute. But he's pretty harmless as a prime minister. Trump as the president of the United States is a disaster waiting to happen.
Yeah, he's a button-pushing megalomaniac, whereas if anybody wanted to have a war with Boris, he just would have got out the liquor cabinet. Come on, we'll be fine,
Yeah,
exactly. Yeah, we're going to make this all good. That's fine. I remember when I saw that guy as a guest on Top Gear when he was the mayor of London. I was like, okay, he's actually cool, but as a politician, he's just a jovial drunk fuck. I can't believe he even got to be mayor. And then because I don't follow British politics, I don't know what's going on.
Neither do I.
Right? Yeah. Well, of course not. You live there. And one day it's like, okay, new prime minister Boris Johnson. I'm like, you've got to be fucking shitting me. That's like, yeah, you all in Canada will know what I'm saying. Can you imagine Doug Ford, crack smoking fuck, becoming prime minister of Canada?
Well, come on. To be fair, you have actually heard this in a movie, and it's the same thing where Ronald Reagan,
the actor,
the president, the actor, who's Secretary of State, Jerry Lewis. That kind of shock about it is the same sort of thing.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I mean, it hits me sometimes. I have nothing against the guy, but Justin Trudeau,
he's lovely.
No, but I'm switching now. I have nothing against Justin Trudeau as prime minister. He's no better or worse than your average leader. But the fact that he's a second generation leader of the country after his father, Pierre Elliott Trudeau, who was very beloved in Canada, it's kind of like, you know, having a racing driver teach their son how to race, and now he's a racing driver or something. You know, it's very strange.
Mm-hmm.
You know, oh, look, I'm a Trudeau as well. Great, elect him.
Well, you had that with the Kennedys, and you had that with the other one. Oh my God, I forgot his name already. It was the ones before.
Bushes.
The Bushes, that's it.
Yeah,
that's right. And then the Clintons. You know,
that's true. Yeah,
you had
him and his scorned wife. You know, the one that he, you know, cigar plugged another chick on, right? You know,
she's dry. She's very dry. I mean, her humor is dry.
Yeah. Oh, I'm sure Bill and his wife Hillary have sex every decade.
Through AI virtualization, maybe. Yeah. As long as he gets to be dressed up as a stripper being chased by her with a gun. let's play. Can we role play tonight? Let's play the stripper and the GOP.
Oh, not again! You know.
Can we just do the milkmaid and the landowner? Oh, please. Okay, you get the cowarders.
Can I have tissues this time, sir?
Please, sir, can I have some more?
That's what I was going for, right? Yeah.
What are we talking about?
Yeah, I don't even know now. Oh, I do know. This is where you have something to say because I need an alcoholic beverage.
Oh, God damn it. Wish you'd give me some fucking warning. Dude, God. Not fair. So what have I got to tell you? Hey, I finished my job today. Hooray! The last shot got sent off until they watch it on Monday and go, oh, can you do some more work on it? Oh. We'll see.
We're still talking about pussies and stuff. What was that?
Yeah, we're talking about my job as a gun wielding stripper.
Oh, yeah. It's amazing in that little itty bitty cloak, because he's not that tall, that he can fit such a 44 auto mag under there, you know?
Hey. Everything's big under this cloak. It's like a TARDIS under here.
Yeah. It's actually a little 22, but it really looks like a, you know.
But it packs a punch.
Yeah. It's funny. I actually know things about guns, even being a Canadian. It's odd. Doesn't usually happen. No, I'm just kidding.
I know which way to point them.
Yeah. I was in competitive shooting when I was like 8-9 years old and stuff. We had the instead of the 177 caliber pellet guns, we had the actual 22 caliber pellet guns, and much more powerful and really fun to shoot. But it was all target practice and stuff, you know. Yeah.
Or Barbie dolls or whatever you could find to shoot at.
What else do you shoot at?
Cats.
No. No.
So you didn't do that then?
Yeah, no, I've never. Well, one time I pointed a gun at an animal in anger, as if I was going to shoot it. Right, a little bird. And
oh, you bastard!
I didn't shoot it, but the
you
dude that was
about it.
No, I was about to, right? Because that's what we were out to do. We were going to take our pellet guns and go, you know, and so I'm lining up the bird, and I'm just like, I'm not going to eat that thing. Why the hell do I want to kill this animal when I could just shoot a bottle or whatever? It doesn't, you know.
So you just shot his bollocks off and ate those instead.
Yeah, no, but the dude I was with shot the bird. This little bird, right?
Oh, no.
Yeah. So then afterwards, the bird is like, not dead or anything, and you can't just leave it there. Right. And so I made him do it, and he was not happy. And holy, I do believe he works in Greenpeace at this point.
Really?
Like, oh, yeah. But
Yeah.
I made him do it. I was like, you cannot leave it like that, you know?
He's having a go at the birds now.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, but I couldn't do it. There's no way, you know. And I mean, even to this day, there's no way I could do something like that unless I was going to clean it and eat it properly. No way, you know, no way. I will say this though, vegans and, you know, people that are hardcore about that stuff. And if you are, that's fine. I'm not picking on you, but
Not yet.
no, I'm not. But some people get upset about like leather and things like that, right?
Yeah.
If I'm going to have a steak, why shouldn't I dress my car seat in the skin of the animal I ate? I don't see a problem there.
That must have been a huge steak you ate to cover your 4 seats of a car.
I'm not the only one eating meat. Come on now. Right. But I'm serious. Like, if people are going to eat the animal, why not use the rest of it? It only does make sense. I mean, I don't see a problem. Nobody's killing cows just for the skins. They are getting eaten. Right, you know.
I'm not too sure about that. I think.
Oh, come on.
No. I think.
I don't buy that.
The hide comes from different cattle. I think. I'm not too sure
how.
I'm sure the
actual
meat of the animal goes into like dog food and things like that, probably. But
even still, good enough. Like Connolly leather and some of those high quality people, they only have special cows. They're in special fields so that nothing could rub up against them and ruin the hide and stuff. You know, but even still, there's no way they're killing the animal and just discarding it when there's value there. Nobody would do that, right? There's no way.
You can just imagine them just like taking the skin off and then just like firing the rest of the carcass off in a trebuchet just over the fence. Get rid of it.
Yeah, you know, people in South Korea are thinking right now, we could send that shit back. No, I'm kidding. But, you know, seriously, nobody's going to do that, right? So I don't see a problem. You know, now,
I get that. I get their point now. I'm not on their side, but I understand where they're coming from.
I don't. It's bullshit. No offense to anybody, but there's no point in us just discarding part of the animal when it could be used. Ask any indigenous people, they'll tell you the same thing.
Well, I think indigenous people, no, that's different though, because they literally live on it, you know. And nothing gets wasted. Do they?
But we grew up using leather as jackets and stuff because it was animal skin and it was a good thing to, you know what I mean? Like, that's evolution, baby. You know, let's just,
what about this, like the synthetic leathers and stuff like that? Do you think
pleather?
Yeah. I mean, do you think we should be using that more?
No, school kids should be made fun for wearing that crap. You know, that's how it works.
Oh, so that explains why I get taunted down the street, because you tell people to do that.
Oh, dude, back in my day in high school, if you had a fake leather jacket, we'd call you the Tupperware kid. It was not a good look. You didn't do that.
Now, here's something that's going to destroy your argument. What about fur and fake fur?
If you're killing animals for fur, like small furry animals just for the fur, you know, that I don't like, because it takes a lot of those little animals to even make a meal. That's not the tradition of hunting and using the whole animal entirely. That's killing because you want to wear it. That's different.
Yeah, I mean, they used to wear like lion manes and lion skins because the chiefs would do that to prove their.
I have my own
because they weren't eating bulls bollocks, so they had to go and kill a lion.
No.
I'm not too sure if they feasted on the lion, but but it was all about.
No, I don't agree with anything like that. Especially,
that was a traditional thing. You know, if you're going back to that sort of like era, or you know, that kind of tradition, that's a
no. But
it's very different to actually just wearing furs. And
what
stuff.
I'm saying has nothing to do with tradition. It has to do with using the whole animal, right? Right. I'm not talking about like there used to be this thing. Oh my God, that animal's almost gone from the face of the earth. Quick, I got to be the next one to kill one so I can have its head on my wall. Like, that's horrific, you know?
So
I
what
don't
you're
like
saying,
that. You know?
what you're saying is, if you are a cannibal and you are a human being, it's okay to make a lamp out of their skin.
That's horrific. You know what I pictured when you said that was one of those cats that don't have like fur, you know, and just imagine turning one of those into a lamp. That'd just be the worst thing ever.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll cut off his penis. Now, what can we make from this?
Illumination.
I'm not too. Yeah, just put an LED bulb in it.
Yeah.
In the head.
Yeah, where's Frank Oz? He can get it up there. You know, but I think you get the core of my argument, right?
It's a difficult one.
You're such a contrarian. It's bullshit.
I have to be, you know, because it's my job. No, I think I can
never put that in your job description. Not even close.
I honestly have to say, you know, with people, these sort of issues, these worldwide issues, I can see where they come from, and I understand. I don't agree with it because I'm, well, for one thing, a meat eater, so that probably doesn't really help their argument. But I can understand where some of these people, these protesters, are coming from. I just don't think I just don't think they're doing it the right way, and I think I think what happened. Arguments are weak sometimes.
To me, what happened was, and the fur thing is the exact thing. Is the fur argument killing animals just for their skin turned into leather is bad, but we're eating the cows.
Well, it's also, I mean, leather has always been used. It's a good material to make jackets and shoes and things like that. It's always been a good material, whereas fur became like a fashion item. And you know, every I mean, I remember when my mum, she got a mink coat. I mean, she just looked like a fucking yeti when she had it on. But you know. But this is going back years, so you can't, you know, honestly, you can't come after me or me mum about that.
No, my mum had a couple in the 70s because they were given to my father as business gifts to entice him to do business with them, right? And my mum thought it was awesome until the 80s, and then she was like, they stay in the fucking closet.
Yeah. We had also had like a black fox. What do you call it? Not a scarf. I can't remember what you call them. There's a special name for it.
Yeah, French sounding.
Well, probably, but but it was a fox fur sort of thing, like a scarf, but it still had its head and its tail on it, which was and and over the years, like the head had got like really like old and shriveled. But I used to play with it. I used to take it. I used to get it, and it's like skipping around on the floor and pretend to look as a little fox. It was the best toy ever.
Oh my god!
Oh, well. Yeah.
Wow,
we should still have that.
And they gave the guy on Big Bang Theory shit for having a remote control Stephen Hawking. You know, times change, right? You know?
Yeah.
I'm going to drive my Hot Wheels right into the mouth of this dead fox. That's just weird.
Hey, Foxy, take out Action Man.
Okay, so we've beaten dead animals to death.
Wow, yeah. It's like a kicking a dead horse.
Yeah. No matter how much you do it, they still don't drink.
Okay, so what else have we done? We destroyed the music industry. We destroyed the fur trade and the meat industry, and Stop Oil. We could start an organization called Stop Oil.
Stop Oil. Yeah.
What else could we do? We haven't talked about movies. Oh no, you did talk about movies a bit. You were talking about.
There was.
What were you talking? Yeah, you were talking about something you watched.
Oh yeah, The Orville on TV. Speaking of which, I'm not going to give away anything on that series, but if you're at all into science fiction, and you hesitated on The Orville as a TV show because it's Seth MacFarlane, the Family Guy, right?
Oh, he's had some duds.
Oh yeah, but A Million Ways to Die in the West was amazing, shitty, awesome, and funny at the same time.
They should put that on the poster.
They should have. It's so. I only just saw it for the first time the other day because I realized it was his, and I was like, "Well, I've realized that I actually like this guy now, right?" So I watched it.
I have been avoiding it.
Oh,
for that reason.
Don't.
Although I did see a clip of Doc Brown. It was in it just for like a few seconds. I thought, it was kind of cool.
It was so funny. He's in the Wild West, right? And he sees a barn that's got like some welding flashlights, and he opens the door, and Doc Brown's in there with the DeLorean, and he flips the cover over it. And dude goes, "What are you do?" Seth MacFarlane says, "What are you doing?" And Doc Brown goes, "Oh, just a weather experiment." And it's a tiny cameo, right? You know.
Yeah.
At the end of the movie, it's funny too because Django Unchanged, what's his name, comes in and does something funny too.
The funny thing is about that scene is you can tell it was just like shot from completely different. Doc Brown and him never met. That whole scene was set up in another studio somewhere where they had the DeLorean, and it was just
Doc
like
Brown looks 40 years older.
Shot.
Yeah.
Reaction shot, that shot, go back, this is like, completely different.
Oh, yeah. They never met.
Yeah.
And
I love it.
Also, Seth MacFarlane.
Sorry to break any kind of illusion as far as Hollywood is concerned.
Yeah.
That's how things go.
And I have learned one thing about Seth MacFarlane. He is obsessed with Charlize Theron. He loves her.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
Why?
Yeah. Every time he does a video project, she seems to have a role, and he seems to end up kissing her.
Oh. Well, that's how you do it. That's how you do it.
That's why you strive to make your own movies.
Because you cast.
How did this sounds like that asshole that just got rung through the? We gotta. Okay, hold on a minute here.
And now for something completely different.
Yeah.
Hamilton.
Yeah. I was waiting. I knew
I wasn't going to do it.
Yeah. But it's an awesome, fantastic show. I can't recommend it enough. I'm just rewatching it for the second time right now and discovering how fucking awesome it really is.
But you can give away. You can give away the ending. How many episodes is it?
I don't know.
Oh, well, there you go then. Thanks for your information, Dick Dawson. You're a complete waste of space.
No, I can't give you the ending because there's 3 seasons and there's still talk that there could be a 4th coming up, but it's been a few years.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Bit like Firefly.
You know what they did, dude? You'll love this. What they did was they went old school and built a massive model of the ship for the external shots.
What? When?
For the Orville.
Oh, for the first seasons and everything.
Oh yeah, the first season before the show had even a second season ready, before the show was ever shown, MacFarlane demanded that they build a real model of the ship for exterior shots and stuff. Oh yeah, he was adamant. Yeah.
I know, and it's just a shame they ended up using CGI for everything else.
Well, that's what happened. They couldn't afford to make any more models, so everything else is CGI. But their ship,
including their ship, is probably CGI in the shots.
Well, their ship is CGI for all the battles and stuff. But whenever they show you the transition after a commercial, when they show you the ship or whatever, those are real, right? I give them credit for that, for sure.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah, stupid idea.
Yeah,
I love the sentiment to that, but this day and age, it's kind of
it's not as stupid as you say though, because when you see those scenes versus the CGI scenes, if you're paying attention, you can fucking tell.
That's very potentially that's very true. I mean, we still use models loads.
It's only a model.
Yeah, and you'd be surprised just how many times we're using models in stuff. like big buildings are on fire and all that kind of stuff.
These days we call them actresses, but they're models. No, I'm just kidding.
Well, we call them bigatures these days because they're not small.
Yeah.
It's like when we're doing Monuments Men. There's all these scenes in like abandoned, burned out streets in Europe, and they're all shot against blue screen, and the whole towns are just models, and there is no way you could tell, not a single way.
Wow.
Yeah, brilliant.
Wow.
Yeah, my old team, Mats and Miniatures, did all that stuff.
That's cool.
Yeah,
that's cool. I love
that
stuff.
That happens a lot. That happens a lot in the movies, and when miniatures are used well, it's really good, really good, and you just can't tell the difference because especially if you're doing things like a bombed out town or something like that. It's a lot quicker and easier to make a model of a bombed out town than it is to model a bombed out town, because that's kind of like hard. There's all these kind of different textures and dust and particles and stuff. Yeah, it's a lot harder to do that. But
I actually just started. Well, I didn't just start, but I rewatched the first season of The Walking Dead about 2 weeks ago, and I was done after the first season because right. But
yeah,
in the first season, there's this scene when he's walking into town or on a highway on a horse, but all the cars leaving out of town are all busted on the highway and whatnot. And
right.
I remember the first time I saw that, I was like, wow, it looks like this is really well done. It's not so much. It was, you could almost see the seam as if it was like a folded out magazine. You know what I mean? It was, it did not sell well. But you remember when Sheriff Rick or whatever the fuck he is, and he's all confused in the first episode trying to figure out what the hell's gone wrong after he wakes up from the coma, and he sees that one walker that's like cut in half with entrails dragging out, kind of crawling along the grass.
I'll take your word for it because I can't remember.
Yeah, but that still held up. I couldn't believe how well that held up. I was very impressed. Whereas some of the big panning scenes, you could just see that somebody like you just cut around the buildings and stuff, and like you could tell, right?
I take resentment to that.
I said somebody like you, not
somebody
you.
Somebody like you just twatted it out.
Yeah,
in half an hour.
But it looked amazing in 2014. That's not fair.
No. To be fair, that does actually sound like me.
Yeah, no, but when it first came out, it looked awesome. But now, especially knowing you and stuff, I know what to look for better, right? And so I was able to see the holes in it here and there, right?
PJ see that in the chat there. So he talks about the Asylum films, and they do some incredibly awful films, and the visual effects are so cheap and so just so unfinished. You see people's like running down a street, they're running away from some dinosaur that's attacking the city, but in the meantime you can see the rest of the city is just like just doing their day, cars going up and down the highway and people walking on the high street and stuff like that, and all these actors are going just like running away. It's hilarious. But the funny thing about the Asylum is I'd actually kind of like to work for them for a while, because their expectations are low. It's like so because sometimes the stuff I work on, it's great because you have these like visual effects supervisors checking like every single pixel and go, that pixel doesn't look a bit quite right. Can you fix that pixel?
Right.
Out of 4,000 by 3,000 pixels. No, I get it because then you end up with just actually stunning work. But at the same time, sometimes you just want that'll do.
Yeah.
I can see everything wrong with it, but yeah, whatever, it will do.
Yeah. Well, there's got to be consideration to camera speed and motion, and what a person would be focused on and stuff at the time, right? There's considerations to that as it pertains to budget and whatnot, isn't there?
Yeah. Well, some of those considerations are actually really cheap to resolve. But it doesn't actually cost much to actually figure out that that should be out of focus this much, or this should be
Right.
The motion blur should be this. That's not an expensive thing. But those are the things that kind of like make it make everything all blend in and make it look good. But yeah, sometimes
Because I'm that guy.
I just don't fucking care.
Right. But I'm that guy who the first time I watch the movie, I watch what I'm supposed to watch and enjoy it.
Yeah.
But when it comes to like a Marvel special effects movie or something, I always rewatch it a second time so that I can look away from the main action to see all the shit that wasn't done as well, and those things that break the illusion. I look for them. I can't help it. That's just
Well, the thing is, in one of those Marvel movies, the movie must be full of them.
Oh, it's unbelievable.
Every single shot is just like
the first time you watch Age of Ultron, there's this scene where they're all storming one of the they're not Nazis. What are they? The Red Skull bases, right? And
okay.
And they're all doing their thing and beating on people and stuff. And there's this one moment where it goes slow motion for a second and they all jump over this barrier together. And it's the big Marvel shot. Look at the team, blah, blah.
Oh, yeah. Big, huge sweeping pan around.
Yeah. And they all hold their pose and the whole thing, right? Right. But rewatch that sequence as they go into their big pose moment and watch how it's done. And you can see a couple of the characters weren't quite close enough so that they just, but you can leap really far. And it's all so, it ruins the whole moment if you pay attention too much. And then the rest of the thing you're watching and you're like, okay, I'm waiting for the joke now,
Yeah. Yeah. I wouldn't so like watch one of those movies with a kind of like a critical eye, because they're not playing it to people like you. They're not playing it to like experts in visual effects or anything like that. They're just playing it to, dare I say, just like kids. It's just I don't care.
Exactly. But I find, if you watch the Marvel movies back, the Marvel movies pay attention to how video games are programmed and also how magicians work. And it's all about holding your attention in the right space. So in a video game, when you're looking at something, it's rendered really nice. But everything just to the right of you and stuff is just a wireframe bullshit until you turn and the computer goes, oh, that's where I have to do things. And even things like behind a tree don't get rendered worth a shit because it's a waste of the computer's power until you get there and you can see it, right? And it's the same with like a magician. They hold your attention where they want you to so that they can, fool you with the gag. And that's how these Marvels and all these big action movies do it as well. Because if you look to the peripheral, you'll see shit that is just not nearly as good. Like, people that look obviously animated, jumping and doing their thing. It's hilarious,
Well, there's a thing we used to do when if I go back to like the days of when we were doing Band of Brothers, and we would have like we'd do our shots, and then what we would do is they would be sent out to film. They would get printed, and we would watch them in a screening room,
right?
And then the shots would just like play by. You just play it and you go, yeah, that's good, that works. So there's like an attitude that if you could just watch it and it would just like play by, no problem. But these days, you can go step through frame by frame, and then compare it to the original.
Right.
So you can what we call A-Bing. So you can switch off the original, the composite to switch it to the original. You go, oh, well, we're missing that guy's hair in the background there. You can just see his hair there. We're missing that. Can we bring that back? So you get to that situation where you're stepping through frame by frame, looking for the errors, whereas back in the day it would just be, can you get away with it? And yeah, that's all that mattered. These days, it's a lot tighter.
Yes,
and that's the interesting thing about what you're saying, is because they're obviously get to the point where we have to let stuff go because it's got to be, that will do. We've spent as much time on it as we can.
Exactly.
And that will do.
Yeah.
Yes, there are mistakes in it, but it will do.
Yeah, I'm sorry. We can't polish that anymore, Scarlett, because Robert Downey Jr. took $40 million of the budget, right?
Well, it's like the shots I delivered today on this project I'm working on, the William Tell thing, and we had literally got to the point where there is no more time, and I had some very, very, very tricky shots to do in the last couple of weeks, and we got to this point where I was doing this shot. It's not very interesting because all I was doing just like removing stuff from the background, it's just like a tracking shot over a hill. So you've got these blokes on horseback, they're riding across this hill, and in the distance there's a distant hill, so I'm adding smoke from this fire in the distance. I'm cleaning up all the roads and paths,
taking out the Renault 5 that drove by.
Exactly, all the modern stuff, and you can see the crews, the campment in the background.
That's the one thing that drives me crazy about some of the shit you show me, is how often these lazy fucks have the crew in shot and they're just like, oh, they'll fix it, it's fine. What?
You haven't seen you never saw the worst one, but anyway, so I get rid of that. I get rid of all this stuff, but it's really hard because they got this like a tape around the hill for basically containing the actors on horseback, saying don't go any further because you'll fall off the mountain or whatever. So they got this tape all across. So you got this tracking shot across this hill. And I've got to get rid of this tape that's right across the grass. And there's all these feathery, edgy, long grass on the sides and all this kind of stuff.
And so keep in mind, everybody. Hold on. Keep in mind, everybody. A tracking shot, like a pan or whatever, right?
This is overhead.
Okay, so even worse. Every time he has to delete that tape, he has to figure out how to make the background appear that should be behind the tape. Yeah, you don't just delete it and go, and I'm done. And he can't have a blade of grass jumping and stuff from frame to frame, because then it vibrates like the early Simpsons cartoons on the Tracy Ullman show and stuff.
You have to come up with a procedural way to make it all fit. So you got it. This is exactly the problem I was having. So I've cleaned up the background hills, and you have this foreground hill that they're on horseback, and I've got a rotoscope of the foreground hill they're on, which kind of like cuts in a little bit. You have to cut into like the edges of the hill where all the long grass is.
It's like when you're cutting somebody's beard to remove their head for a gag. Cut into the beard and never mind the frizzies, because then you have an edge, right?
But you can imagine that in a moving shot.
Oh,
so I've done this, and this was like on Thursday. They got the version and they're saying, what we need is some long grass along the edge. And it's yeah, I know, that's what I want to do. Just like time is a ticking.
Yeah.
And so I put some in. It sort of worked on some parts. It didn't work on the others because the computer couldn't, in 3D space, it couldn't track the edges of this hill because it didn't understand.
Right.
So I didn't have tracking points for the edge of the hill. I put grass on. So I'm trying to get this, and it just wasn't quite working. And so today was like the final day. Like, I sent the shot off and said, yeah, okay, we looked at it on the big screen. It's not quite working in this area. Can you get rid of that? So I re-rendered it, taking that bit of grass out. And it was really just getting to the point now. Are we at a situation now where it's just like, there's no time left. It's just, this is as good as it's going to get.
Right.
And they're going, yeah, Basically, that's the situation.
Yeah.
So, although I've done an update of the shot, I'm sorry, I'm boring everyone fucking senseless for this.
No, I
So
don't think so.
So I've done an update of the shot, and they are going to pick it up on Monday to have a look. So that means, even though I'm officially off the books, I've got from now till Monday to try and crank out another version that works.
Right.
So I'll I'm not on the books anymore. I'm not getting paid, but I will try to get them a version that works, that looks good.
It's about reputation and whatnot now, and self-pride, right? You're just like, fuck this. It's not going to beat me. I got to try.
Yeah, it's just the kind of guy I am,
Yeah. But there has, like, am I wrong in saying that the people you work with, the people that are doing the camera direction itself and whatnot, are getting lazier and lazier, as if they think you have some magic wand that just goes and it's gone and it's gone. Like, they don't get it, do they?
It does seem to be like that.
Yeah.
Because I'm getting.
They are fucking you. Like, you've shown me a couple of things. You've shown me a couple of things where, unless I was also an Emmy Award winner, I'm just like, I actually know how to edit video somewhat, and I can't even conceive of how that could be fixed inside of, $1 million. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, me too. Sometimes.
Yeah.
I've had conversations with people saying, it's relatively easy. So, well, you fucking do it then. Do it in your Excel spreadsheet. Just try it.
But it also seems like some of the visual effects supervisors are not communicating to the director well enough to say, or they don't know to, you know how fucking hard that's going to be? This is not just fix it in post. This is a third of our budget, idiot.
Well, see, there is a problem here, which says it's a self-perpetuating one. Because I fix the shots that are impossible to fix, they go, oh, well, then you can fix the shots then.
Yeah, and we'll just make it harder because you're that fucking good, right?
Yeah, and it's not just me. Don't get me wrong. I'm not the only one that holds up the whole visual effects industry. But people like me, fix shots that are very, very difficult to fix.
Yeah.
So it becomes a self-perpetuating thing where oh, okay, we can do whatever we like. And also the supervisors on set, they're always under pressure. Visual effects is always like the last consideration on anybody's production schedule. Even if you're in a fucking green screen environment, the last thing they think of is visual effects. Yeah. So it comes down to the visual effects supervisor to kind of say, yeah, we can fix that. And the producers and the directors like that. Right. And they go, oh, he's a good visual effects supervisor because he said that's okay. We can just do that.
So you should be supervising now, because
because I would be a miserable fucking git on set.
I would be a miserable git in my life, so that makes sense.
No, I would be a terrible visual effects supervisor. I mean, I have done it, and I've done some pretty good stuff if you ask me. But that's besides the point. Yeah,
pretty good stuff. I'll tell you right now, he is literally the miracle worker for these cocksuckers, and they make more fucking money than he does, the bastards,
Well, yeah, well, don't get me started on that one. Well, I get paid well. I get paid very well.
Oh, so, yeah, I'm not saying you're a welfare addict with a heroin addiction or anything,
I wish I knew where all the fucking money went. I haven't gone anywhere. I haven't got a yacht or a Lamborghini or anything.
You're a parent, and as such, you're fucked.
Or whatever.
Yeah.
Oh, you get paid well. Oh, yeah, the tax man comes along. Oh, thank you very much.
Yeah. Boris, get your hand out of my ass. You're not Frank Oz. That's not my wallet, asshole.
That'll be Keir Starmer in a few months. He'll be after it.
I gotta go pray to the porcelain gods, dude. Sorry, give me a second. I gotta. There's, as much as we've had the debate on should I have a little bar fridge by my desk. I'm not doing the debate on the funnel. It's not happening.
Just get a long tube. They could just siphon it out the window or something. I don't know. But there you go. There's my story. And then let me just check the. Oh, it says, "Can you read the supers?" Right. Okay. So what we've got here? Let me just go to the super chats and shout outs. I've got to scroll down. Find the supers. So we have Cypher, member for 2 months, $10. Welcome, Black Silk, Slava Ukraine. Oh, we already read that one. NENA, $6.66. Says YouTube censored my message. Should be on your Discord deck. Oh, where's that? Let me have a look. Did you put that in the general chat? Looky. Nope. I don't know where you put it. I don't know where you put it. So now Dunk starts his sexy voice. Talk dirty to us. Filth. Filth. Dirty bin bags. Empty tins of beans. Dirty nappies. Shelley Winter says, "Is Beetlejuice 2 in post now?" Yeah, been there, done that. It's that's been done and dusted. Yeah, I'm sure they're still twiddling with it, but no, I did that. I did that before this project. Beetlejuice 2.
We got a shout out to do here. NA came in with a super chat, and the super chat was YouTube censored my fucking message. Fucking YouTube, fuck you, fuck. Find my message on Discord, Dick. Okay. So yeah, I did.
We did that.
Yeah, I did, and it was, I love animals, and some are very tasty. Now, I'm sorry,
delicious.
but how the fuck did that get censored?
He meant sexually tasty.
No, but NANA over the course of this channel has put up a similar super chat to that a couple of times. You know, animals are tasty and, you know, that kind of thing. Why did that get censored by YouTube? What the? Seriously? We have our YouTube censorship set to like off because we have moderators that do that. And as such, we'll make our own decisions on what's acceptable and not. So
it's not like we're censored. You know, you and me self-censored.
Yeah, I can say fuck, fuckity, fuck. Never go to the doctor who snaps his white glove and sticks his hand firmly up your ass and, you know, yada, yada, blah, blah, blah. So why can't somebody say animals are amazing, especially when they're tasty? Yum. You know, what's the problem?
It's going to make it difficult when we get our official sponsorship from Fistit.
Especially because the Fisted is bringing out a new edible version. So, you know.
It tastes of cow's bullocks.
Yeah. Everybody loves the taste of a good cow's ball. Thanks, NANA. Good shout.
Nice.
I still can't understand that. Who is YouTube to tell us what we can, you know? The hell?
Certainly that. That's bizarre.
How bizarre? How bizarre?
Maybe YouTube's gone vegan. Didn't know.
Yeah, somebody at YouTube got really pissy about me advocating wearing leather. Is that what it was?
Yeah, or that story about you fucking a duck, maybe. I don't know.
Only in the rain, baby. Otherwise, it's, you know,
it's water off a duck's back. It's spunk off a camel's toes. Oh, never mind.
Lubrication down a duck's beautiful back.
I will stop myself right there. Pull on the reins.
Yeah. Speaking of ducks, we got some ducks that live in my neighborhood, townhouse complex, and one of them's got a slightly limpy leg, so they live here like all year, him and his mate, or her and her mate, whatever.
Yeah.
And so I got a couple of bird feeders that I put out because we like to have the birds around. But the ducks would show up to eat all the spilled bird seed and shit all over my carport and make it disgusting. So you wouldn't even want to walk outside.
Yeah. Duck shit a lot. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. They literally shit on their own food and eat it. It's kind of weird. But so I moved to one bird feeder, but the
I've been
ducks,
to restaurants like that.
but the ducks haven't figured out the behavior yet, and they're still using my carport, and it's driving me crazy. So what I did was I started bringing out a plate of food for the ducks and putting it over by the fence over on the side just to get rid of them. And they're still doing it. It's a trained behavior now. So, yeah, I literally...
Time to get that BB gun back again.
Yeah, I'm going to need the 22 one. No, but... Yeah. Peking duck, anyone? You know?
Hey, there was a story I saw recently about a prison. I can't remember where it was. I think it was in Turkey, where they were because they used to have like guard dogs, right? You know, it's like monitoring the prison fence area. You know, there's like that little gap in between with the fences and the secondary fence. So it was like the area where the prisoners can, you know, try to escape but not quite escape. So they had dogs like patrolling the fence area, but you know they're pretty expensive, these dogs. You know, they cost thousands of pounds because they're, you know, special breed and all that kind of stuff. Cost a lot of money to feed and all that kind of stuff, and they can be bribed because dogs are stupid.
Yeah.
So they swap the dogs out for geese because the geese are fucking animals. Well,
they're angry motherfuckers.
So are the dogs, animals, but yeah, the geese are just like angry.
They're
all
vicious.
The time.
Yeah, they hate everybody.
Vicious. Yeah, exactly. And it was so funny because they cost next to nothing. They cost next to nothing to feed, and they will attack anybody who like wanders into that zone. And the funny thing is they get the prison guards to look after the geese. And it's like the most hated job in the prison.
It must be. As a lot of people call them, Canadian geese, because they love our country for part of their year.
Yeah,
we deal with them all the
they?
time. And they're hate-filled creatures. Oh, yeah.
I don't know how they get them the name Canadian, because, you know, they should be a bit more polite, really.
Well, it's like, you know, eagles are American because they almost killed them all, right?
They should be called Glaswegian geese or something. Give you a Glasgow kiss.
Yeah. Yeah. It's funny, being a Canadian, when I was younger, you would watch American nature television shows. My father loved them. And they would talk about the return of the bald eagle and how, you know, conservation is finally saving the animals. And my father would say to me, these stupid gits almost killed them all, but we have them in our backyards. No offense to anybody, right? You know, it's not like we did it, right? You know,
No.
Well,
We try to offend, but, you know, unfortunately, we're not very good at it.
Yeah. You can't always win, right?
No.
But it is funny, you know, because they were endangered down there, but up here we had lots of them. Still do.
Why can't you like package them up and export them?
We tried.
Yeah.
They didn't like being folded up into envelopes. Hallmark did their best, but it didn't work out. Yeah.
Well, Amazon's got those big boxes, you know, just a bit of bubble wrap and, you know.
Yeah. Can you order pets on Amazon like hamsters and stuff? Is that even possible? I was shocked when you could order groceries on Amazon. I was like, what? I know. Like one of my neighbors said to me, you're not driving right now. You know, why don't you order like laundry detergent and the heavy things on Amazon? And I thought to myself, well, I wouldn't want to spend 3 times the money to order a heavy thing because of shipping. And she says, well, that's not how it works. If you have Prime, it's the same cost as the grocery store.
Yeah, you're on Prime, aren't you?
Yeah. I have it because Felix uses the video service and stuff, right?
Yeah.
And I order enough that it does make sense. So I went on and I was like, okay, I'll order a big jug of laundry detergent, some fabric softener, dish detergent, for the dishwasher and stuff, all the heavy items. And it cost me literally $0 more than going to the grocery store. I couldn't believe it. Now, I wouldn't order tomatoes or avocados through a mail order thing because that's stupid. And
you can't. Besides, you kind of like to pick them anyway.
Oh yeah, exactly.
Pick them out, not pick them off them.
And I live within a 5-minute walk of 3 really good grocery stores. So of course, but because I'm walking there, why am I going to carry the heavy things? Because, fabric softener by Fleecy or Downy or whatever is the same damn thing no matter where I buy it, I hope.
The thing about Amazon is we do kind of like get a bit pissed off with Bezos and the way he treats his staff and things like that.
Yeah,
but
like slaves.
To be honest with you, if Amazon just like disappeared in an instant, it just went, people would riot in the streets. It'd be like, if you lose your internet connection. It's like, oh, it's my human right to have internet connection. People use Amazon on such a regular basis now. I think we'd be lost without it. We wouldn't know how to survive.
I think for a lot of people you're right, but for a lot of people you're wrong. Like in my town, 30,000 people, small town, right? It's up the Rockies a bit. Very few people order online. And my neighbors have all shared stories together where we tried ordering groceries online through like DoorDash or whatever the fuck. And we noticed every single product was 30% more expensive, but there's also massive delivery fees and the expectation of like a $7,000 tip or whatever. It's unbelievable. Why do you have to charge me more to buy the product? When it's you know what I mean? Like I understand, okay, you've got a staff member at the grocery store that's going to have to do my shopping for me, so they have to be paid. But they're a minimum wage employee, maybe a little bit over, and yet you're charging me 35 to 40% more per item. That means a whole whack of people are making a fortune. And that person's still getting basically a minimum wage job.
Maybe that's a regional thing for you. I don't think it's quite the same for us if we use like Tesco or Ocado or whatever.
No, but you're talking about Tesco.
That's thing.
Yeah, but that's if they have their own delivery thing. That's different. I'm talking about like Skip and those delivery services.
Okay, those exist too over here.
Yeah, and when you go through, because you can't go to the website of the company and then say, I want this and charge me $12 for delivery. They have their own menu you have to use. And even just going to McDonald's on Skip the Dishes, all the meals are 15 to 20%, if not more expensive. Why?
Yeah.
Why? All it is somebody driving through the drive-thru to pick it up and bring it to me. Why are you charging me more? When I order pizza, I get a 10% discount if I pick it up on some places. But for the most part, pizza delivery is just I pay a delivery fee so they can pay the driver a wage, and I give them a tip for doing it, or her, sorry. And but it doesn't change the price of the goddamn pizza.
Well, the funny thing is that the pizza place that we go to, I say we go to, we don't go to it very often. If you order it online or just order a delivery, it's twice the price.
Yeah,
if you just go and pick it up and collect it.
Oh, not here it isn't.
So me, a absolute cheapskate. I'll just go, no, fuck it. I'll just drive down and get it. I'm not paying twice the price.
Yeah, no, it's not twice the price here. We pay the same taxes. For like Pizza Hut or Domino's or something in Canada, I pay like a $5 delivery fee, right? And then I tip the driver like $4. But if I order $50 worth of pizzas and chicken, it's $9 in fees, right? But if I go through Skip the Dishes and try to get McDonald's, I'll get 2 combos and it'll cost me like $40 some. That's ridiculous. Who would eat sawdust and American processed cheese for $40? You know,
You wait. There's still time. Right. I'm sorry. I'm throwing you under the bus. I'm going to just
right.
nip away for a few minutes. So
All right.
you entertain people. Do a little dance.
Make a
monkey
little
dance.
love, get down tonight. It's the only disco song I know. I'll never do it again. So as we wait for Dunk to crack open another box of wine here, we'll get into a different conversation, shall we? You know, sometimes these things warm up when you want them. Sometimes it takes an extra moment. Hold on. There we go. Now we're good. So another part of society that's driving me crazy with contemptuously ripping us off right, left, and center is this subscription culture. Let me see everybody put a ++ in the live chat if you are sick and tired of everything now being a subscription instead of something you can just simply buy and use. Yeah, here we go. Now, there is an argument for the odd thing to be a subscription, right? If you're going to receive something monthly, like a magazine or something, that makes sense. But why are we now paying a subscription for software that we used to just buy every couple of years? Why is it now X amount a month and blah, blah? And, you know, I can't stand this. I can't stand it at all. And I urge every one of you, if you're ever presented with but this is a subscription now, just avoid it. There's always another option. As it pertains to like home security, video cameras and stuff, all of them want you to sign up for their subscription plan for cloud saves and whatnot. Don't go with those companies. There's other companies that put out real IP cameras where you could just run a piece of software on your computer, connect them to it, and boom, you've got your whole thing done for yourself. You don't need to pay a subscription. Look into things a bit more. Always avoid the subscription. Always. Couple of things. Danilo Design there in the chat, ++ piracy. I totally agree. I bet you're somebody that watches Louis Rossman. Piracy is an absolute option when you're forced to subscribe to something that should be a purchased product. Pirate it. Fuck them over. Show them with your choices and not your wallet that you will not be a cash cow. Do it. I couldn't agree more. I run a Plex server. I torrent all my videos and stuff. If it wasn't for like Amazon with shipping, I wouldn't even have Prime because my son barely watches it because anytime he wants to watch a video, I just download it and put it in a Plex server and stuff, you know? But yeah, fight back. Fight back. Awful. Got a weird distortion going on in my headphones right now. I think my audio interface is like screwing up with its software and whatnot, but I'm scared to try to fix it because all hell could break loose and it'll just die. I've got an interface that hasn't updated their software for the newest version of Mac OS that I'm running on my computer, and I'm actually about to downgrade my computer's operating system version a notch to try to get around this. It's driving me crazy. We've got this thing going on with modern technology where we have to march to greatness. But the companies that are putting out the software like Apple, Microsoft, or Google with Android, they're so concerned with giving us new features that they don't actually worry about fixing the bugs in the old features well enough. And I do believe this is another thing society has to get on the companies about. I don't care about new features anymore because they can be accessed by apps that I just put on my computer. I don't need all of this to be bloated into the operating system of the device. What I want is for you guys to fix the code, secure it, and make it more efficient so my device lasts longer. I don't care if you're going to go back to charging me for the operating system instead of giving it away for free, like we do nowadays. I'll gladly pay, but I'll only pay if you take out all the spyware and the tracking, right? When did it become a thing that the government allows all these companies to treat us like cattle and track everything we do for advertisers? You know, do you want to be manipulated by advertisers because they know what you're interested in? Of course not. It's bullshit, right? Nobody wants that. I get ranty about this stuff. I know that. And I've said this before, but go back to the 1970s or the 1980s. And before the digital age, if somebody wanted to track what I was looking at and interested in, they would have to follow me from store to store with a little notepad, writing it all down. And if somebody did that, I could just simply grab them and kick the shit out of them and leave them bleeding on the sidewalk. And the cops would have just laughed and gone, I guess he earned it. Right? Nobody would have even cared. But nowadays, the government seems to just be glad to get their tax dollars from it. I don't understand it. Are all these more wealthy political types and the one percenters, are they keeping their children off of social media and keeping themselves out of the limelight digitally so that they can't be tracked and therefore they don't give a shit and they want us to be victims to it so that we're susceptible to their marketing campaigns and we're just, basically catfish consumers who just, follow the hook and the worm? It's an odd thing, but I can't believe we're at this point now. Drives me crazy. My son's 17. He's on the autism spectrum, but even still, I've never let him have a social media account or anything. I won't let him play in that world. He doesn't even know it really exists. He has no idea that people communicate on Facebook and stuff, I leave it.
Do they?
Well, they do, but they communicate through their butts. It's like a Frank Oz thing, but he goes in through the mouth on that one, right? Yeah.
Sorry, I'm back. Yeah.
Okay.
I'll probably spoiled the best part of the show.
I just ranted through about 3 topics, in the time it took you to hold your willy in front of a porcelain bowl.
I'll go back and watch that. Yeah. We'll clip it. We'll make that. We'll clip it and we'll put it out as its own show.
Yeah. Oh, Liz Mailer in the chat's asking me if we got the hat. No, we got the order in, but there's a delay in shipping, and then it still has to come from the States and stuff. Could be like a couple of weeks before we get it now. Figures. But it's the one he wants, so we're waiting for it.
Is it coming from Mexico?
Well, I'm going to tell him that. It's probably New Mexico, but
China.
Yeah. Assembled in New Mexico. Yeah. Yeah. But yeah, that's that. That's the one thing I hate about Amazon. They'll be like, "Oh yeah, you can get that in Canada. It took a month." Well, then, shouldn't there be a thing before I click and stuff? But that's the one. Just like the shirt for my son. Remember that? I had to order it from Romania. The fuck?
Yeah, it's made in the United States.
Yeah. Yeah, and ordering from Romania was the cheaper option, believe it or not.
It didn't work out cheaper in the end, though, did it?
No, it still did by about $17.
Oh, really? Because
Yep.
you had to pay tax and import duty.
Yeah, I got stung with $18 in import duties because the idiots in Romania included the sales tax and shipping costs in the value of the item to Canadian customs, right? I gave them shit for that too. But even still, it worked out to be 17 or 18 bucks cheaper than buying it from the States and having it shipped up. How does that work? It was shipped from Romania, you know? But it's the Alejandro Gutierrez shirt, and he loves it. If you don't know who that is, Google it. You'll be surprised.
I was always like really surprised when I'd order something from China, and it was like free delivery, and it would turn up quicker than something I just ordered in the UK.
Yeah.
So how does that happen?
Yeah.
And the funny thing is, when I did that, I ordered something from China. I ordered something from the UK. The Chinese thing turned up first. It came to my house. The UK thing went to another house down the street. And so somebody came along, knocked on the door. I think this is for you.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah.
Boris knocks on your door. Oh, is this yours?
I blame Brexit.
Yeah.
Brexit.
Hey, speaking of Brexit, I hear quite
dear.
a few people in the UK are now pushing for a new vote to get back in.
It wouldn't surprise me. I mean, after the whole shenanigans and complete disaster that Brexit was, and it was going to be disaster no matter what happened.
It was a MAGA thing. It was a total MAGA thing, right?
It was Nigel Farage was the guy who pushed for it.
Yeah.
And he got the country into a fucking lather over it, to the point where it's all about immigrants and all that kind of stuff, and it was just ridiculous.
Yep.
So he managed to push it through, so it became a referendum. It should never have been a referendum.
Never. No.
He got that sorted, so that we had the people had the referendum.
Yep.
They based their votes on what they read in the Daily Mail.
Yes.
Or whatever. So it was not people thinking straight. You should never give people the vote. Never. And so Brexit went through. Complete disaster. The Tory party had to pick it up and try to put it through, because they said they would follow through.
Yeah.
Which is I suppose is admirable, but they had to.
Not when it's the wrong idea. That was stupid.
They made a mess of it, but to be honest with you, I don't think anybody could have done it right. I think it would have been a mess no matter who did it.
But there's no way that mess could never be right, because consolidation is the way to go forward in world politics, not isolation. That's stupid.
Right. So now I'm coming to the scary part of the story. And we got these elections coming up. PJ's talking about it in the chat here. We've got the elections coming up, and Nigel Farage.
I know. He's your Trump.
Forward.
Yeah.
He's stepped forward with a new party called Reform, and basically what he's doing is saying things that people want to hear.
Exactly. He's trumping it, man. He's your MAGA. He's your MAGA leader.
He's got nothing to back him up.
Yeah.
But he's saying all the stuff. He's pushing all the right buttons.
And
we could end up with a similar situation like Brexit, where we end up with something that we don't want, but the country think they want, and it will be completely fucked. He's not going to win, but he might cause enough trouble in the election.
And this is not a reflection on the populace. It's on the lack of education the populace is given on the person. And this is why I've always said there's got to be some new rules as it pertains to elections. You've got to stop. And I mean everybody on this, not just he, they, whatever. But there should not be allowed a thing where you, in your public advertising for what your party is going to do in the election, you should never be allowed to talk about the other party, only what you will do. But if you outright lie and can't fulfill, there should be consequences, like proper. I'm not talking about hangings on the high street or anything, but
I don't think Farage is doing that so much. I think he is.
No, but he's just playing the populace, right?
He is sticking with like policies that can't be done. But PJ in the chat says reform is second in the opinion polls. Oh my god!
Wow,
No.
that's so bad.
Yeah, it's gonna be awful. Yeah. I forgot what I was gonna say now.
We have a lot of people at voting age that don't have the attention span to actually care, and they're believing the headlines and going, yeah, right? There was a guy the other day, he was interviewed by CNN, or no, not CNN. He was interviewed by somebody about CNN, and he was at a Trump rally, and he was wearing a shirt with Donald Trump with his little wiener out pissing on the CNN logo. Have you ever seen those little stickers on the back windows of like a Chevy truck pissing on a Dodge logo? You know, that kid, right? They had Trump's face on them doing that. So the interviewer went up to the guy and said, what's the problem, right? Why do you think the way you do? Oh, CNN is just a political arm for Biden, and they're all full of lies, and it's all fake news. Really? Which one did they lie about? Well, I don't know. I don't watch them. And that was his response. Yeah. He's already convinced they're full of shit, but he has no idea why.
Yeah.
Great. That's the education level we need voting. It's almost like you need to pass an IQ test now to show the world that you're actually worthy of voting, right? Did you graduate from kindergarten? No. Then we're not taking your ballot.
No, but a bought certificate. Is that right?
Yeah.
Daddy bought me a certificate.
Yeah. Dad says I'm cool.
Yeah. Daddy bought me British Rail.
Yeah. Daddy told me I was a mega guy when he told mommy that the mac and cheese sucked. And
son, you'll be a MAGA boy, and that's the way you'll stay.
But yeah, it's so bad. It's so bad.
Cliff.
That cultist behavior of believing what your friend says, because they said, like, go back to high school. Do you remember that time when your friend came up to you and said, oh, you like that person? They're a fucking asshole. How could you like them? Did you A, follow, or did you B, make up your own mind? If your answer was B, made up your own mind, you get to vote. If your answer was A, I followed on because, I wanted to be cool, you don't get a ballot.
Well, I think for me it was A back in the day because I liked my teeth back then.
Are you
I don't
kidding?
like them so much now.
Yeah, no, I was the aggressor. It didn't work that way.
Go with the flow. Don't rock the boat.
Yeah. But no, you know what I mean, right? You know what I'm saying, The one time we
You
need
like
people
gay. Yeah. What's
what?
gay? I don't know. Yeah. No, the sort of thing you get in the school is like, oh, you like him? Is he your friend? You must be gay. Yeah.
I was concerned. I heard you say
even
gay,
knew
and
he
I was
was.
like, oh God, what's he doing now?
Eating raw cow bollocks.
Yeah. Watch my testosterone shoot through the roof.
Ugh. Was that where the stain came from?
Yeah, well, it's under the desk, but yeah.
Sorry, I killed that one.
Yeah. No, I've got the temperature too low on Mr. CBD vape here, and it took me too many quaffs to get a good puff. Yeah.
Quaff.
Yeah, as a Canadian, I just gave away my age big time by saying quaff.
I say, my good fellow, have you quaffed so much today? I haven't quaffed enough.
Yeah. And right now is giggling.
Let's go down to the docks and watch the tea selling ships come in.
and go sailing.
Pick up a few sailors.
No, Captain Highliner, but I've blown ashore a couple times. So we're coming up on 2 hours. I'm on what is it? One,
Have
two,
we
three.
bored them enough yet?
What?
Have we bored them enough yet?
No, I don't know.
Are you bored yet, chat? Are you bored?
Yeah, put a plus in the chat if we've been live long enough, and put 3 of them if you want us to just fuck right off.
Or squiggly symbol, wherever that is on your keyboard. You got that's the drunk test to see if you can find. Oh, where is it? Let me go here. See if you can find this symbol on your keyboard, and just test see if you're drunk.
I have a Mac with a PC keyboard and I can't make it work. Damn it! I don't know what the shift thing is.
Well, the great thing is, on a Mac. Oh, there you go, a Mac. Oh, how do you do that?
Yeah, but I have an HK gaming keyboard on a Mac, so I have a Windows key that just doesn't,
So all the symbols are the wrong place.
Yeah. I need new keycaps, damn it. But oh man, is it nice to type on, especially when you can't spell.
The great thing is on an Apple keyboard, you can get some great symbols doing the command option.
Oh yeah.
Shift button. And you get these. How am I supposed to remember where that was?
Yeah.
You end up going through all the. I know it's around here somewhere. You can just keep pressing all the keys to find it.
Yeah. I'm doing that right now. It's not working. I'm like, I can see it on my keyboard, but I can't make it work. Oh, Calgon escaped me from this madness, That was a hint, if you don't know.
Was it? What? You want to clean up? Is your washing machine dying? And washing machines lived longer with Calgon.
No, but my hot water heater died today.
Ah, yes, it did.
Yeah. I was all set and ready for the show. I was like, okay, I'm gonna go hose off. I had a shower last night before bed, and it's getting really hot where I live. I got to put the ACs in the windows. So today I got everything ready, and I was like, okay, I go upstairs. Cold water. For fuck's sakes,
Why don't you just glue a few Muslims to the window? That helps cool it down. It seems. It's getting a bit too hot. Just chuck a few more Muslims at the window.
Yeah, not after that whole Mecca disaster thing or whatever happened there.
Yeah, that was a bad taste joke. That was me having to go with the Muslims.
He's having a go at the Muslims.
Don't say that. Oh, they'll send threats and everything. No, sorry, Muslims. It was just a really bad joke. It wasn't even that funny.
Come on, we always cross the line. We just, I'm blind. He's stupid. We can't see it. It's not our fault. It's breeding or the lack thereof, right? What do you expect from a couple of guys that were bred from cows' testicles?
Freshly squozen.
I can't believe that somebody who's an actual paid reporter was dumb enough to talk about cows' testicles. What the fuck, man?
Oh no, but that was a quote from the actual testicle eater. It was in quotes, if I remember right.
Right, Brian Johnson said that, right?
Don't say that. My old mate Brian. No.
Oh no, I met the guy from AC/DC because he's deaf now, so he didn't realize what the conversation was. Funny though, mentioning AC/DC and Brian Johnson, God love him, what an amazing dude. But when he couldn't finish the tour, of all people, they got Axl Rose from Guns N' Roses. Now, I saw Axl Rose in Vancouver when they came around for Appetite for Destruction tour, and it was
that in their cool days?
yeah. Well, they were supposed to be, but there was 5 or 6 drunk people on stage, all playing different songs at the same time. It was the worst thing I ever seen. So when I heard that AC/DC had brought Axl Rose in to finish the tour, I was like, well, that's it. It's over, right? But I watched live footage of it, and I'm sorry, but Axl Rose did the songs better than Brian Johnson did at that point in his career. It was unbelievable how Axl Rose stepped up, did the songs perfectly, stepped aside for Angus Young's guitar solos. He didn't fight for the stage or any egotistical bullshit. And I was totally blown away. I was like, oh my God, he finally grew up. You know, it was amazing.
Actually, you know, you bring a good point, because that sometimes some bands will do a cover of somebody else's, and to be honest with you, I mean, you played in a band, but you never played in a band like, you know, the Stones, who playing the same fucking songs year after year after year.
Yeah,
after
I
year.
played in cover bands, and we actually did that. You know.
Yeah, but you haven't done it for your entire life.
No,
like
that's true. Can you imagine playing "Start Me Up" yet again?
Yeah. Yeah, I know, exactly. So, but sometimes what happens is you'll get a band and they'll do a cover of somebody else's, and it's really good.
Yeah.
Because they get to have fun with it.
That's right.
Whereas the original band just have to keep playing it over and over again.
Yeah.
You know, someone else just steps in and just a masterful cover.
Yeah.
You know, it does happen every now and then. Not always, but sometimes.
Not always, but sometimes it works. You're not wrong.
Yeah. They just bring just a new level of energy to it that has been missing.
The band Korn did a cover of "Word Up" by one of those 80s little dancey bands that one of the Wahlbergs was in or something, and Korn made it awesome.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you mentioned that one before.
Yeah, it blows me away. Especially the quality of audio in that song. It can push a subwoofer like nobody's business. Oh, it sounds good. Oh, yeah.
Shelley Winter says, has Queen written any new songs? Who? There's only half of them left.
Brian May and an AI have something coming out soon.
Oh, badger. Yeah, thanks, Brian.
Yeah.
Go back to the astronomy, mate.
Yeah, he's an oddball.
Mm-hmm.
You know, a great rhythm guitar player, a slightly odd lead guitar player, but you know.
Yeah, I don't know what to comment about that. You know,
I wouldn't want to get into details, because unless you're a guitar player, I'll just bore you to death. You know.
Yeah, I was boring myself even just thinking about it.
Yeah. Well, I always wondered. We want to talk about music for a second here. I always wondered about the Doors. When they played live, they did not have a bass guitar player. The what's his name on the keyboards? God damn it, what's his fucking name? He played the bass notes on one of the electric piano things that he had, right?
Yeah.
But when you listen to them in the recording studio, there's a bass guitar playing. So why didn't they just hire a bass player? Why did they do that? It's very strange.
Don't know.
Yeah. Not all the Doors records have a real bass player on them. At first, they really did record the way that they played the songs, but it didn't take very long until there was a real bass player on the record. Because when, you know, as the era evolved and home stereos got better and stuff, people could hear the sonic difference. And people are like, dude, you got to have a bass player. So, probably...
Maybe they just didn't turn up when they were doing the recordings at the studio.
Yeah, no.
Right?
No. The Doors as a band never had a real bass player, right?
Mm.
Yeah, I always thought that was odd. Especially because they used one, right? Why?
Never really thought about it.
Yeah. It was like the band Triumph, a Canadian band. as the 80s progressed, they had a keyboard player play on the records. I was not the hugest fan, but that's how it went. And instead of hiding them behind a curtain or something, the dude was on stage with a keyboard and a rhythm guitar to play along with them, right? At least they didn't hide it. Yeah, because some bands did. Like, there's times when you see Van Halen play live, and Eddie's got the guitar on his thing, but you can hear the keyboard playing. Well, who the fuck's playing it?
Oh, right, yeah.
You know? So unless they're playing to tapes and Alex Van Halen, the drummer, has a click track in his ear to keep time and stuff, there's a keyboard player behind the curtain. Well, just bring them on stage. The fuck? You know?
Well, you have the opposite thing happen as well. Sometimes you have a band play live, and not only is the band playing, but they've got like 2 extra drum sets, 3 other guitarists, four bass players, trombonist, and a violin orchestra behind them. It's like, well, where did they come from? You know.
I saw Aerosmith play the what was it called? One of their comeback tours. Dude looks like a lady, right? And when you hear that song, there's a full orchestra doing the horns, you know, and whatnot, right? Not when they're on stage. None of it. None of it, right? But you're hearing all of this, and there's times when with Steven Tyler, the singer, he has all these harmonies on you know, and Brad Whitford and Joe Perry, the guitar players, have microphones on stage and whatnot. They're not using them, but there's 12 people singing, you know, I remember seeing them live for that, and I was so disappointed. I was like, I'm listening to the record right now, you know?
But it's also like when you have a singer, say for instance, Comfortably Numb, you know, Pink Floyd, and you got the oh Jesus Christ, what's his name singing?
Well, there's 2 of them in that song.
Well, then no, but it's himself singing twice.
Yeah. Oh, true, but
where you just slightly phase it and pan it.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I had to do that because remember I did the Flat Earth cover of that, and I had to do that whole thing, right?
Yeah. No, I've recorded that track badly, but I've recorded that track too. Yeah, you know, and I've done it. So you sing it. Well, you actually sing it. It's like 3 or 4 times. So you got like
you've almost got to put it out of phase and stuff, right? For the echo bounce, right? You know.
Yeah. Well, if you sing it almost perfectly, you're already perfectly out of phase because it's just not quite right, and so it becomes like out of phase very, very slightly.
When I did my cover of that song for a Flat Earth parody, I had a few people tell me, "Oh, you're a little bit sour on the note now and then." But so is David Cover, or what's his name?
Gilmour.
David Gilmour. Yeah, you know, I mean, I'm literally just imitating him. You know?
Yeah. If you want to hear sour, go onto SoundCloud and listen to my cover of it. every note is sour.
Yeah. You know? But it also makes it more real because the human ear hears perfection and goes, "Well, that ain't right." You know, at least it's supposed to. You know, how many of the greatest guitar solos have like drop strings and sour bends in them and stuff, and we all go, "Ooh, you know."
Yeah. You end up people trying to, how do I get that crappy sound?
Yeah.
How do I mimic that?
Yeah, the way to do it is to fuck it up. You know?
break a string.
Yeah, exactly. You know. I love that stuff.
PJ CNET says, "Come to Me Numb is notoriously difficult to sing."
Oh my God! Yes.
Thank you, PJ, because that he's obviously heard my version.
When David does that, when I have become comfortably numb, that part is different every time, and you have to hit it, but you have to sour the notes so that the echo and delay will still fix it, and to get that tonality, it's a great clusterfuck.
Yeah.
I've done it. I don't know.
Yeah, I did it. I managed to clusterfuck it without that, even thinking about it. I am a natural
Yeah.
clusterfuckery.
I'm Mr. Cluster. Last name Fuck.
Well, and here's my album. A bunch of clusterfucks.
7 Ways to Kill a Cartridge, sponsored by
Raycon.
Have you ever seen somebody actually talk about those Raycon earbuds? I've never heard anybody that wasn't doing a sponsor segment call them
Good.
Good. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. They're terrible. They're awful.
They're relatively cheap, though, aren't they? They're not. I should say they're relatively inexpensive compared to some of the others out there. I mean,
yeah,
I couldn't warrant spending like $250 on a set of earbud headphones.
A set of Q-tips with a string connected to my iPod.
Oh no, they don't have string anymore.
Well, see, yeah. See, what do I know, right?
Yeah.
These are. Yeah, Dunk and I both have Audio Technica headphones because they're good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
with a dangly bit of string from it.
Yeah. Look at how old school that is, right?
Yeah, I like dangly string things. I like that connectivity to computers.
Oh yeah. You get yourself a wireless microphone, a wireless set of headphones, a wireless mouse, a wireless keyboard, and a wireless mixer for your stream. And I'll guarantee you one thing: all hell will break loose, and it'll fuck right up.
Sorry, I'm laughing at PJC that in the chat says, I doubt Simon Dan really uses anything he's sponsored to promote, but he pretends he does. How's he getting on learning another language, for instance?
Well, PJ, when it comes
funny.
to Simon Dan, he's still trying to figure out how to run a marathon without standing up people he was supposed to be a guest on their show.
And PJ, you'll agree with me on this one. But as far as the flat Earth is concerned, I think he's the worst debunker out there of flat Earth.
He doesn't debunk.
No, it is. He'll bring up someone's video and then just say, "Well, you're wrong."
Yeah. That's stupid. Yeah, exactly. I remember women in the playground that treated me better when they liked me. They didn't even pull my hair.
You didn't yank your ears.
Yeah, PJ, he may be the most popular. I'm not sure about respect as it pertains to those who know.
Yeah. No. PJ's got a point there. He is kind of like respected.
Are you kidding? Craig, FTFE, and those guys wouldn't even talk about him if it wasn't for the fact they're trying to get on his show for fucking subscriber boosts and stuff.
Oh, you just blown us from getting on there now. Thanks for that.
Are you kidding? I wouldn't blow Simon Dan to get on the channel. Look,
but you nibble on his cow balls for a bit.
Can I be a guest?
Yeah.
No, sorry. I'll take the road of integrity.
Are you sure these are balls? They seem to be rather small.
Yeah. It's amazing. They found balls on cows. It's unbelievable.
Yeah, but Simon does all that marathon running and stuff like that. God, his balls are going to taste. No.
Yeah.
It's going to taste like Kraft cheese.
And we're not just picking on flat earth debunkers, because somebody like MC Toon, I love his streams and so on, right? There's some dudes out there who do this really well. Just Simon Dan, I'm sorry, you're not one of them. You are somebody who's chasing the dollar now with sponsorships and whatnot. And as such, integrity is no longer your roommate.
Well, like you brought up earlier, he did fall into that trap. A lot of people did with that scam thing with the the buying the plot of land.
Oh yeah,
and
that's
become
why I said
and
it on the
become a lord.
show earlier.
Yeah,
right?
exactly. You know, a lot of people fell into that
Yeah,
thing, and
yeah.
it's like, oh, no, they're giving me money. I'll shill it out. Yeah, no problem. Funny thing is, we're called the Shills,
I know.
and we didn't get to do any of that.
No, we
you know?
we shill actual creators, not people that are willing to give us money, right?
But we're not shilling Simon down at the minute. Sorry, Dan, if you're listening.
Sorry, Mr. Simon Sham, but we didn't mean to pick. Oh shit! Fuck! I didn't mean that. I was really trying to be a nice guy. Honest.
Yeah, you're getting a spot on the Gerardism show now. You're playing up to the wrong audience.
But first, from our sponsor, crypto assholes rip you off. You know, it's just
let's be fair to Simon. Dan, he has done remarkably well as a YouTuber, should we say? He's done very well, and you know, all respect to him for that. But yeah.
Oh, he's like a commodities broker selling shit to the masses. Hold on.
It's the luck of the algorithm. Yeah.
Yeah, it's where the spooge falls. Here, hold on.
Yeah, I can't wait for people to talk shit about us in the same way. one day they'll be talking about the Shills. Oh, they will be. look at their sponsorship. Fist it. Who uses that anyway? And all they can talk about is cow bollocks or camel toes. Yeah, they got nothing. Yeah, you're right. We got nothing. But at least we're honest with our nothing. Are we? Are we honest? I think so. I think we're honest. Well, my little pixie on my left shoulder has disappeared to go and get a beer or something or have a shit. So I don't know. Oh, white dog poo. Of course, PJ. Yeah, we solved the whole problem with white dog poo. That you know, the whole world. Yeah, just needed to know an answer to that, and we gave you we gave you the answer. Can't remember what it was now. Calcium, wasn't it? Too much calcium in dog food. That was creating the white dog poo that's now disappeared because they're obviously not putting calcium in dog food anymore. Just putting cow's testicles in it instead. Delicious. No wonder it tastes so good. So Noodle says, I've never noticed this before, but the steam rising from the swamp makes it look like Dunk's head is steaming. I see that now, yeah. It's funny.
That's funny.
Well, no, the thing is...
Well, stop asking him shit that makes him think then, damn it. Fuck.
Hang on. Just give me a sec. I'll have to go over here. Over here. If I switch that off, I think you'll see Yoda's house in the background. Is that right?
Oh. It's
yeah,
we must.
Yeah.
It's we must.
No. I've fucked around with the background image to, you know. So that was Yoda's house in the background. I fucked around with it a little bit.
Yeah, now it's made for Wookiees that are really short.
Yeah. Hey, I'll smoke my pipe. There we go.
You need an animation where you can point at people with your pipe when you're mad. You know.
Well, it gives an air of significance. If you've got a pipe and especially if you're pointing at it, you know, you're always going to trust a fella when you're asking for directions and he's got a pipe and he's always like pointing in directions.
So what you're saying is the pipe I used to smoke on the show, being all glass and obviously pot-like, was not cool. But because you're doing the old man thing, it's okay.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah. I'm a you know, I drive a Jensen or a, you know, an Aston Martin, whereas you just smoking a bong is not the same. It's not the same thing.
If Jensen had ever sold the FF in Canada, I would fucking own one right now. No. One of the greatest cars ever made by Minkies that couldn't build it, the Jensen FF.
Sorry, I was in the middle of taking the piss out of you, and you.
Yeah, but I flipped that around real hard, didn't I?
That's not fair.
No, it's called. It's.
I'm going to talk to my manager.
I wrote the contract.
I wonder what I've been wiping my bum with. Liz Mailer says, "How did Dunk end up being Yoda?" It's really boring, very very simple.
It's just where Frank Oz's hand ended up. It's just,
it was all it was.
It's the story of a gaping hole.
I am telling the story the right way. All it was is I just set up my Facebook account and I saw a plushie of a Yoda and I just basically put my face on it. Well, not entirely my face because my nose isn't quite that big, but I just fucked around it to put my face on it. That's all it is. That's the only reason why it's stuck.
He had to shrink the ears to make it look like Yoda, but
The thing is, what really annoys me is the image itself is so low resolution, and I tried to run it through an AI upscaler, and it just came out looking shit because the image is just so low resolution. So I don't know. I don't know what I'm going to do in the future. I might just have to switch the camera off and
you could switch it on and show everybody your Santa Claus with a nicotine-stained beard thing. Here, I want to show Cinnamon's in the chat. I want to show Cinnamon something. Look what showed up, Cinnamon. Look what showed up. I got yours sitting here as well. Be shipped off. And but there was Cinnamon gave me an email about somebody else in the live chat who had donated and wasn't able to get the patch because they donated through us, not directly through the NAFO 69 thing. I have talked to a couple of people with NAFO 69. I do have Lord Thunder and Jesus Boy. Are you kidding me? Look what's happening here. Look what's happening here. Oh, I think he's having a stroke. Did you see the foam coming out of his mouth there? But Cinnamon, I'll go to the email and I'll figure it out because I do have the ability to get the extra one for the person that you emailed me about that had said in the chat that they weren't able to get one either. I've already got that figured out. I don't know who that person was. Drunk is as drunk does. What are you going to do? But, I do want to show that because I am
that's better. I did that. I just did a one of those out of body experiences. Dun 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 dun. Oh boy!
This is what happens when you fart too hard and you're using a GoPro camera. It doesn't work properly. But
looking at the chat, going, "Oh, don't!"
Exactly.
Face reveal. You can go to my old fucking channel. My face is all over it. All right, never mind. Sorry.
I wouldn't go there.
You were too busy talking about your.
This is also this is the patch from the what are they called? The Portuguese Battalion of the NAFO 69 Sniffing Brigade. So I've got their patch here.
You can't say brigade.
Yeah, I know it fucks me up every time. I don't understand that. We've got our patch here, and I'm gonna do a thing where we can put this on my microphone and leave it there.
Absolutely,
right?
Absolutely.
That's where it belongs, doesn't it, fellow babies?
Yeah.
Right?
I like that.
Yeah. So we're gonna get that done. Yeah. Oh, Cinnamon says and lewd. Is it LWD Farm that I'm getting the extra patch for? Is that who? Oh, shit. I'd hate to say that and be, fuck. You know what? I should have shut my mouth.
Oops.
Cinnamon, email me again just to make sure I know what I'm doing here. That's obviously a problem at this point.
Yeah. Shut your mouth now before, you fuck it all up.
I think it is LWD, though. Now that I've seen that, I do believe it. I could be right. You may be right. You may be crazy.
You could be right, you could be spite, but you're not eating cow bollocks.
You may be wrong, for all I know. You may be right. I love that one. Who here remembers Tom Hanks's appearance on television before he became a movie guy?
Yeah.
Don't give it away right away. Let's see.
Next question.
What?
Next question. Next question.
No, I want to see if the viewers in the live chat get it right.
Can you name the show?
Yeah.
Yeah. I know a couple. Yeah,
He did
he was actually in a little series. A sitcom.
Yeah. He was in a sitcom, and it was him and another dude.
Yeah.
There it is. There it is. NANA is first. No. Von Darter is first. Von Darter is first. Bosom buddies, and there were two dudes who pretended to be chicks because that's the only way you could live in a cheap apartment, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Was it Taxi though, where he was on TV first?
I don't remember that.
He was in an episode of Taxi where it was a retrospective of the Reverend Jim looking back to his college days, where he was very straight laced and everything, and Tom Hanks is a fellow student, and they're all eating brownies and stuff, and Jim takes one of these brownies, goes yum, kind of nice, and he's just, that's it. That was the end of Reverend Jim. What was sort of say the start of Reverend Jim? He just stoned from that point onwards. It was the demise.
Yeah.
No. He was in that. You can look it up. I'm not too
that
sure what
spin-off
came first.
didn't work.
No. It was one of the actual episodes of Taxi. Yeah.
I remember the show Taxi, but I don't remember that one.
Yeah,
I do remember.
No, I must admit, I didn't remember it either. It just showed up in when I was just went down a rabbit hole. Of watching clips on YouTube, and this one came up with Tom Hanks in it.
I did that recently with Happy Days, and oh my god, the amount of shows that came from Happy Days blew my fucking mind.
Yeah.
Right,
Mork
and Mindy. Laverne and Shirley,
Chi-Chi.
Right?
Yeah, Joni Loves Chachi.
Oh, we shouldn't talk about that one.
Yeah.
The Jeffersons? No, the Jeffersons come from All in the Family. That's another show that spawned a lot of fucking spin-offs.
Did you see the Happy Days, the original Happy Days with Mork? From Mork.
I don't remember it, but I was a religious watcher of Happy Days, but I have gone back and watched that episode. And
it's terrible.
When you watch it, it's just like, what the fuck is going on here?
It's absolutely terrible.
Who let this cocaine addict on the set, Yeah.
It's funny because, because I've seen a documentary about when they did it, and when Robin Williams came on the set and they were doing stuff, everybody was fired up, and the whole production team were on the floor watching this performance, going, "This is amazing! This is fucking incredible!"
I know
the actual show itself,
the viewers,
pretty shit.
I know,
but what came from that was Robin Williams,
and Mork and Mindy was an awesome show.
No, it wasn't.
Yes, it was. You had a cocaine addict going psycho all the time, and a pretty girl trying to calm him down. It's not a bad show.
No, it's not a great show. But what it did do, come on, no, let's be honest, it wasn't that great. But what it did do is just throw Robin Williams into the mix. That if it wasn't for those things happening, we would not have had that. Absolute fucking genius.
Robin Williams is very much a Belushi who didn't die young. And he's from the age of comedy where it was drug-induced nonsense, right?
But he played some incredible. He played comedy. He played drama. He played some serious drama.
What was
and
it?
He was always really good.
Well, I think it was Poets Society was one of his first big drama roles.
Yeah, Deadpool. No, it wasn't. It was one of his big ones. But no, he'd been doing lots of drama.
Like what?
God.
What came before that?
Go into his IMDb listing. You'll see loads.
I can't be bothered to do that. You know?
Someone mentioned Garp. He was in Garp. God, I'm just trying to think.
The World According to Garp. Seriously, that's like Edward Scissorhands being called good.
No, World According to Garp was a pretty good movie.
It's like an excuse to eat raisins.
But there was. But I'm just saying there was lots. There was lots he did, and he was.
I agree.
Right across the board.
He was unbelievably fantastic, and he was one of those guys where once rehab kicked in and he got his shit together for a while, his production of Amazing didn't stop. His portrayal in that Jumanji movie was nothing less than stellar. That movie would have been just an action movie that you would forget without him. Oh my God.
What you mean, like the remake?
When
they did the remake, without him, it just wasn't the same.
It was
awful. What dreams may come. Oh, I love that movie.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Popeye was another one. It's a terrible movie. Popeye was an absolute disaster, but at the same
he's
time,
really good in it.
It's pretty good.
Yeah.
If you can take Popeye in the right frame of mind, it's a really good movie. It's just not really palatable.
Yeah, we got to give Bob Doggy a shout in the chat there for Richard Pryor was a legend. Oh my God. Growing up as somebody who was born in 1970, Richard Pryor was everything in my world for a while. Stir Crazy and those movies with Gene Wilder.
Cops don't shoot cars. Cops shoot. I'm not going to say it.
Stop. But in its day, that's serious, right? You know.
Pryor was a crazy dude.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Probably like born of the same DNA as Robin Williams.
Very much from the same era of crazy equals amazing, right?
Yeah. Probably had the same dealer.
Yeah, their booking agent, right?
Yeah. Columbia can't support the two great big actors like this. What are we doing?
Yeah, Sony, we need cocaine money.
How much? Well, how much is a truck?
Exactly. Yeah. Hold on, Gene showed up. A truck and a half.
Yeah.
God, that was funny stuff, though.
You go on set, you go to craft services, and you'll get a juice box, with a little straw in it. They'll have one of those. It's just like a cocaine thing.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I like this. I like this sugar frosting on this donut. That's not sugar frosting.
Yeah. What are we at here? Oh man, we're at like 2.5 hours. You know what that means?
Are you bored yet?
No, what that actually means is my six-pack is almost gone.
Oh no, you done that's it. That's the end of the show.
Well, 30 minutes, 2.5 hours. Do the math, right?
Yeah.
Well,
Well, we'll do the meth later after the show. Come on, we're not going to do that live here.
Yeah. So Liz in the chat, Liz Mailer there, is asking, how did Dunk end up being Yoda? Like, why was that the choice?
I told that story.
Yeah, but make up a new one. What the fuck is wrong with you?
I think I did that one at Beer 5. And at Beer 6, you forgot I told that story.
No, I didn't. I'm just, I
come and make up a new one.
If it was me, I would have given you new bullshit every time you asked. So just remember that, okay? Right? I have a new answer to any question somebody asks me, and that way you can't pin me down.
I tell you what. You come up with the story. You tell the story why I became Yoda. That's going to be much more interesting.
You see, Dunk was on the set, and they were doing Star Wars, right? And it was, it was near the end of the movie. And Dykstra says, we're going to have to get some more puppets in. And Dunk's like, I got this, right? So he gets a hold of Frank Oz and he says, dude, we got to have this little, dude that looks like me, right? We need somebody that looks like me. Right. So they come together. Frank Oz stuffs his fist straight up Dunk's ass with the help of Fisted. And boom, before you know it, we've got Yoda, the Jedi Master. So if you want to talk about where Dunk got Yoda from, you really have to go back to Frank Oz and Dykstra and the initial days of Industrial Light and Magic. It's a long story.
Your story is much far better than mine.
I made that shit up on the spot, so give me a fucking shout out for that.
I didn't notice.
Yeah.
It sounded scripted.
No, yeah. I know this story.
Oh, dear. Yeah. So, any more questions from the chat about our beginnings or our origin story? I am always going to hand it over to Dick for the origin story of.
I'll give you my origin story.
Oh God!
My name is Barry Allen
from the planet.
One day I was struck by lightning and I was in a coma for 9 months. But I awoke to find myself with superpowers. And now my friends and we search for others like me and fight crime in secret. And one day I'll find the man who killed my mother and find justice for my father. I am the Flash. Well, wait a minute. I stole that.
Yeah, no, I heard we found you underneath a wet blanket at the curbside, and we thought you were like a dead raccoon, and we tried to revive you. We tried tickling your bollocks, and that woke you up a little bit, and then you woke up, your eyes just like flickered open, and go, "My name is Dawson, Dick Dawson."
It turns out all you got to do is give a dead raccoon a blowjob. And boom, he's back to life, right?
Bollocks. It's the same with me. That's why I'm always lying spread eagled in the morning, because that's the way to wake me up. It's just like just come in there.
And you wonder why I'm his wife's best friend.
Tickle those little lads, and just everything just sparks to life.
Previously on the Shills.
I tell you what. If anything sparks to life these days, I'll be fucking amazed.
Yeah, the only spark that comes is from the titanium plate keeping that shit up.
What's wrong with lollipop sticks and elastic bands? So we used to do it in the old days.
Lollipop, lollipop, oh, lollipop. Now I get that song. I really do.
Yeah.
So, how about everybody goes, refreshes their drink, rolls another one. We're going to get the fuck out of here, but maybe we'll see you in the Discord server in a bit. I don't think Dunk will because it's really late for him. And he's going to use this as an excuse not to hang out with you all because he's an asshole.
No, I'll pop in and say hi to people. And yeah, all right, Dawson.
I just created a big spot and put him right on it. Did you see that?
Just stop putting it on a
you
fucking
stand
t-shirt.
there.
Believe it or not, you won't believe this, but we are actually friends. Well, until tonight.
Yeah. You want to see us hang out, except not because now he thinks I'm a fucking asshole.
No, we in Discord, we'll have a conversation. But if I want to ask Dick anything, I'll have to get you to ask him because I'm not talking to him anymore. So we'll have to do it through you.
Do us a favor, everybody in the live chat. Tell PJ CNET he must show up to this Discord hangout to answer for his crimes because he's in charge of the research team now. So it's his fault, right?
Yeah.
No, but we will give PJ CNET a big shout out because he's running the research team now, and we have a new mandate for him. So unfortunately, he's going to have to do this without pants, but I'm sure he'll be fine.
And this mandate, it is what's the man called again? I can't remember. Was it Real?
Hammerhawk. Yeah. He's looking for new zones to view.
He's coming round. So, here he goes. He goes, oh no, it's 10:03 a.m. I'm getting some sleep. So. Yeah, you don't get out of that easy, mate. So we'll be sending a microphone through courier directly to PJC. We're going to get onto Amazon right now. We'll be sending a microphone to him, so he's got no excuse. And
but if we go on Amazon, he'll get a Chinese one that won't work. He'll have every excuse. That's not going to work.
No. Good night, PJ. Kisses. Sleep tight now.
Yeah. With love to your pussy.
Coward. What by hook or by crook, we will get you back on the channel. And I say back on the channel because you have been a guest before. So
yeah, and you should be again.
Yeah, back in the shouty days.
Let's give a shout out to the team here as we partake to our
if you can remember
on Discord. What?
If you can remember,
I can remember that I need to go get alcohol before I show up in Discord. Is that what you're talking about?
You'll have to scroll up into the green room.
I'm not scrolling anywhere. It's
that's filthy. How dare you?
Yeah. Should see the filth our mods put in there. It's all pornographic nonsense, gimps and masks and stuff. It's terrible.
I didn't know CF had so many pictures of cock.
Yeah. And she gets real mean if you don't use it properly. So
that's a different story.
Okay, so Discord invites in the live chat. We're going to get the fuck out of here. I'm going to get some alcohol because that will totally make me more consumable. And away we go, right?
Yeah. He'll regret it in the morning and he'll tell me off. We'll see.
He's not wrong. No, but I'll blame him, right? Because how can I hang out with you know what? We'll do this in the afters.
CF in the chat says thrown under the bus again. We need to have an animation. We need a bus animation just going over bump bump. That's now I finished off this project. We'll have to start working on the list of stuff we want animated.
Okay, so in honor of CF Beauty being thrown under the bus, here is her response.
Today we're making fuck off pie with 1 cup of no one cares, a dash of kiss my ass, add some fuck yous, a pinch of blow me. You're gonna want to stir it all together and shove it up your ass.
See us in disc.
Finish off with Sergeant Buckchuck running across the field.
Oh, okay. I have that. Here. Where is he? Here we go.
We'll leave it to Buckchuck. Good night, everybody.
I had to find the right volume to turn down there. Sorry. So a huge shout out to our team again, Annette. You used to call her CF Beauty, but she actually has a fucking name now. Imagine that. Her name's Annette. We got PJ, CNET, BME, Shayna Caldwell, Crazy Cat, Super Chat, Matt, and NANA. Thanks, everybody. Now go home and get drunk, you fucking morons.
I didn't know we did this on this show, but thanks everybody. Don't forget to hit the like button on the way out, and don't forget to share us out on all the social media platforms you can even think of. And if you haven't thought of it, make one, and just to get it out there so everybody comes and has fun, just like you didn't tonight. So we'll see you next time. We'll see you, tomorrow, Sunday, and Monday, and Tuesday, and Wednesday. Whenever. See you there. Face Jimmy.
Remember, fellow babies, if the women don't find you handsome, they should at least find you handy.
And keep your dick in a vice.